Thank you to all our listeners of the Boardshop podcast. We literally are super excited doing this, and we are starting a Patreon in order to fund our vegetable manager and producer, Kyle Martin. He's the man that's made this all possible. Our Patreon is patreon.com/motionboardshop, and all the proceeds will be going straight to Kyle. For $5 a month, you're going to get yourself entered into a raffle, and this is what we're going to be giving away for month one. You will be getting a pack of Stay Stoked grip tape, 3 sets of free wheels, some free thick willies, some free spirits, as well as some free agents. We'll be giving you a skate tool that one of your friends can most definitely steal, and a pack of Zealous bearings. And if you are subscribing to that Patreon and donating that $5 to our causes, you'll be entered in at the $5 level with 1 raffle ticket. And then we also have a $10 level. You'll get 2 entries for the raffle ticket, but you'll also be allowed to ask us questions. And we'll be starting a segment called AMA with Nate, where I will answer any of the questions as honestly as possible. If it's about gear and I don't like it, I will be as forthcoming as possible. There may be disclaimers. So that's what we're doing. And thank you so much for listening and watching and supporting us. And if you do find it in the kindness of your heart to donate to our Patreon, just know that we will get Kyle, our producer, a really, really nice Red Bull fridge for himself. Thank you so much for all the support, and enjoy the episode. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Boardshop podcast. I am your host, Nathan Blackburn, here with our amazing producer, Kyle. Kyle does not have any headphones or microphone capabilities today because we have 2 very special guests. We have Morgan Owens, and we also have Chet Bolstridge. We're going to relive some of the exciting moments of NCMB, which stands for
Northern California Mountain Bombers.
Excellent. Has that name ever gotten you guys in trouble?
Fortunately or unfortunately, no.
No. You wanted more problems, but you didn't get them?
I mean, we're in the mountains by ourselves looking for some issues, but nothing came about. So
just out skating hills. Bombing mountains, actually.
Bombing mountains.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And where are you guys from?
Originally, I was born in Japan and lived there because of military purposes. Other than that,
You were in the military when you were born?
No, my dad was in the military, so I grew up in Mount Shasta for like 17 years.
Okay. And I believe you've heard the first podcast, Morgan, but you were actually brought up in the podcast because we stayed at your house. And then your mom was also brought up in the podcast for being the sweetest lady ever and healing me after I got bricked.
If I remember correctly, my mom was definitely brought up a couple of times more than I was, but
Well, Jeannie's really cool. I mean, you're great, but
don't get me wrong, she's much cooler than I am.
Yeah, we asked her to come onto the podcast, but she was busy, so we got you.
She was busy making cookies and also giving out those COVID vaccines.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah,
doing the work of the Lord.
She's definitely giving me a physical.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Great.
For
Yeah.
baseball. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what's up. Well, that's good. So we're going to talk about how, because I've known Morgan now for a long time, and I met Chet through Morgan, which is pretty exciting. So we're just going to jump right in. First question.
What's good?
This is from Morgan. This is not going to be as serious as you thought. If you have to run into a tree, would you prefer to do it falling on your longboard or falling on your skis?
I would probably have to do it on my skateboard. On my longboard.
You'd prefer it on the longboard?
Yeah, because, like by the time I'm hitting the tree, I would assume that I've already hit the ground pretty hard and I've slid a decent ways. Assuming that I have a lot of road rash, hitting the tree wouldn't be that big of a deal.
You'd be going slow by that point, but you feel like if you hit a tree skiing, you'd be getting it full clip?
Oh, dude, without a doubt.
Okay.
For sure. Just full on staunch the tree and, unfortunately, I probably wouldn't walk away.
Okay. Chet, this is a very important one for you. If you could choose to go back to Japan with anybody, would you still go back to Japan with Kevin?
Yeah, I'd probably have to.
Yeah. How come? Because he sponsors you, or?
Dude, the man knows so much about food. He just...
Yeah, like for us, like when me and Kevin go somewhere, it's equally about skating, food, and like culture. And so like just like going and like not having like one mindset, like, oh, we we're just here to skate, you know.
That's the real
But it was
stuff.
there to like explore and just like experience Japan. So like, yeah, it was just a rad time. We're definitely planning to do it again soon.
Okay, because when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, these two dudes are about to shred so hard. And then like the only thing that I saw from you guys was like food and like right-hand drive cars. And I was just
Pretty
like, where's the raw run?
All the pictures of the Tokyo Drift cars. It's like all
There
you
were
saw.
a couple raw runs though. And like if
Those
you've-
roads are buck nasty.
yeah, they are crazy.
They're pretty-
If
they
you
look
ever watched the
gorgeous.
live action Initial D movie on Netflix, we actually skated one of those roads that they like have clips in.
It's the one that has all the lines and through the
Yep,
corners, right?
yep,
Nice. Yeah.
How do those lines slide?
It's not fun. It's
Okay.
it's like a mind fuck, and it does like have a little stickiness to it. Luckily, most of the corners with lines were fast ones that you're gripping.
I feel like it would just be one giant center line. You know
Pass.
what I mean? Yeah.
I don't like the
wasn't
center
great.
line.
like an entire run of just the center line.
They also had metal grates across of it, and like there was one corner that you had to slide over the metal grate, and that just wasn't.
This
that
just sounds
wasn't-
like the
that
time
wasn't
Levi
fun.
Green tried to get me to skate something Mexico City that was involved jumping metal grates at 40 plus miles an hour. Like metal grates just don't sound fun to me.
That sounds like Levi.
Yeah. Oh,
That's Levi can ollie.
I mean, yeah, I also can't. So,
Me neither.
you know,
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So if
Yeah.
you were to talk about what road has the worst center line of all time, why would you say it's GMR?
well, I mean, the fact that I've only skated GMR a few times and fallen there definitely once or twice, is mainly because of center line.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know why. Everyone
it's
who-
thick and it's just not what you want.
It has different characteristics. It feels like it's really raised, and there's a very different traction coefficient on it. I've only skated GMR like 2 or 3 times, and every time I'm like, man, I'm out of shape.
Is
and
that probably on a dancer?
no, this is back when I was riding like something responsible,
Oh, so just like what? Like
like an airship,
like a cruiser?
like an airship. No. I can't ride a cruiser.
Alls and trucks.
Ooh, Bolzen.
Bolson.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I did ride Bolzens down it. That was
did ride
that was
Bolzens
an
down it.
exciting moment. If you've ever gotten the opportunity to ride cast trucks at high speeds,
Paris.
Paris.
Shout out to Paris right there.
Let's jump right. Actually, we'll jump right into that in about
Yeah, we'll-
a minute and a half.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
So Morgan, this is gonna backfire because I know my DMs are gonna blow up. But Morgan, I'm just gonna talk about how I initially met you, and then I want you to tell me about like what it was like from your perspective.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
So, God, this is gonna blow up my Instagram. So I met Morgan through Instagram. Morgan,
PSA: don't hit Nate Blackburn up on Instagram nowadays. He will just berate you with comments.
yeah, I'll send you memes. But
Good names.
Morgan hit me up on Instagram and was like, yo, you should sponsor me. I'm super good. I live in the middle of nowhere. There's nobody around me who skates, and I rip. And I was just like, there's no way this kid rips. Like, it's just an impossibility. Like, nobody who lives by themselves is going to be any good. And I was just like, BS. And he's like telling me about the roads he skates. And like, oh, they're super fast and like really gnarly. I was like, yeah, I've heard that before. Like, this isn't my first Instagram. Like, blah, blah, blah. So like a year goes by and I've pretty much just been like, whatever. And we're driving down to go to I want to say it was
I think you guys were coming down for the downhill disco.
downhill disco, and we were with Cole
It
Kurtz,
was you, Cole Kurtz,
Les Robertson,
and Devin Dodson.
and Deggy Doggy. Yeah,
The boys.
the boys. What an exciting I mean, I will talk a lot of crap. Cole Kurtz, his Xterra. I made fun of it for a long time, but his Xterra ended up lasting longer than my Forester.
Ayo.
It may not have any horsepower, but it's still alive, and you win. You win, Cole. This is for you. But we made it down there in Cole Kurtz's Xterra, and I was like, we were driving through Southern Oregon, and I was like, oh man, and it came up like, yo, where can we stay? And I was like, I know this kid in like Northern California. Like, I'll hit him up. It'll be like 4 hours or 5 hours of short notice. Like, he'll be stoked. And so he's like, yeah, you guys come stay at my place. It'll be super cool. So like, I haven't really met him at this point. We're driving south, and we show up, and you're just like this like super young, super stoked kid, and you're like, yeah, blah 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 blah. We can go skate this hill tomorrow, and we're just like, thanks, buddy. We're just here for like the shower, the bed, and like we got to go to downhill disco. I don't know if you know, but like
pretty sweet,
we're
dude.
kind of a big deal. Like, I'm Nate
I thought you were
Blackburn.
talking
This is
about
skate
downhill
slick.
disco.
Yeah. And so we're like, okay. And then in the morning, you're like, let's go skate. It'll be good. And so we go to this road called Sender's Point. And I wasn't
Such a good
expecting it. Like, you guys have both skated that a billion times.
Bajillion times.
And it's like, the way that I would describe it is it's like 35-ish, maybe more miles an hour. It's got like 8 corners in it that are really interesting. You have like one of the best left-right combos followed up.
Mostly double drifts for the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of combo breakers.
Yeah, you have like a super sweet left-right combo, then like an off-camber right-left combo, then like
stuff, yeah.
it's just everything.
And it's
the roads,
one lane.
And it's one lane. It's
Not the best pavement.
It's hectically
Car
dangerous.
snakes.
Yeah.
Trees on both sides.
Big cliffs to fall off if you wanted to.
For sure.
If you like didn't drift.
You don't want to.
And so we like show up with you and we're like, okay, this like little kid's telling us about this sweet road. We finally drive there and we're like, okay, this road's kind of gnarly. Like, what's it gonna do? And so Morgan proceeds within like, it took about 4 seconds for us to figure out like Morgan was the real deal. Like, it was Cole Kurtz, myself, and Devin Dotson, and we were all just like watching Morgan skate like, yeah, I don't really need to skate. Like, this dude's doing just fine. Like, this is pretty sweet. You were like, we were all like kind of
appreciate
glove
that.
downing, and
Yeah.
like you were just like ripping it full stand up on like cast Paris trucks.
What are you
and
gonna
like,
do when it's your local? You know, you
Yeah.
just vibe too hard with your local spot, and you just love it.
Yeah, but most of the people who skate by themselves don't ever realize like what real like full blown consequence sending is, and
That's fair.
And like I was like, I asked you, I was like, dude, how'd you get so good? And you're like, I just watched videos and I figured everyone was this good. I just remember being like, no, like not at all. That's not how it works in the slightest. So that was my first introduction to Morgan. And then we left because we were going down to downhill disco. But that set in motion a whirlwind of events where
That was pretty much mine. I mean, I wouldn't say the start because Riviera Distribution, or I guess it was, this was Resource Distribution full on put me into their first team. But that was my first start. Omen, meeting Nate Blackburn here. This man has put me through several tours. He's helped me out with so many different things. And yeah, that experience of just having you guys come down and stay and hang out and show you guys my local spot was just unreal. It's like
It was-
a dream come true.
yeah. And I mean, that really, because that opened up a lot of, first off, like I was like, dude, this dude's awesome. I somehow want him to ride for the company that I'm working for. But then you also met Les Robertson at the time, who is,
He was the editor and producer of Skate Slate, or just the editor?
yeah, he had something to do with, I think, yeah,
Something with Skate Slate.
he's a big deal there. And yeah, so that was super good. Les also owns Flat Spot Longboard Shop in Vancouver, BC.
Shout out to those boys up in BC.
Yeah, if you're ever there, give them your money. Most
sure.
importantly,
Support your local skate shop.
yeah, write them a nice review on Google and also give them your money. Go skate the walk and follow High Spot Skatehouse on Instagram. They do a great job. So that's how we met. And what happened for you after, like, was that useful?
So, after I got in contact with you guys ended up coming through. We ended up skating, and I got to show you guys what I had in terms of my skating and also just like the local territory. And realistically, it set in motion quite a few different things. It set in the sponsorship of Omen Longboards and Free Wheel Co. that I held for quite a while and producing a lot of media for them. It helped me travel the United States a few different times, hopping in the Omen van, driving across the country with Nate, and experiencing some of my first races. I can honestly say that you entered me into my first IDF race, and that was the Munnsville downhill.
The Munnsville one?
Munnsville downhill.
Wow.
And that one was definitely one for the books. Like, that was one of my memories for sure, is going to that race and doing a lot better than I thought I would, and having the support of my friends and Nate Blackburn behind me was really cool. Being able to have them at the event and on the tour with me, as well as several other tours. It was just beyond anything I could have asked for.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of it came down to, I mean, the number one thing is that you were like, yo, I'll jump in the van. Like, there's a lot of people like, man, I can't do that. And you're just like, I'm getting in the van. And then like we'd be driving somewhere and you'd be like, so where are we going?
Yeah.
Like, yo, we're going to like Massachusetts. And you're just like, okay, cool. So like Allman Brothers Band, or like maybe the
It was
Who?
either, at that time it was just like full send or no send. My parents would give me the choice to either like pursue the skateboarding thing, or actually at that point in time I had opportunities to go play soccer for a few different colleges, but I wanted to travel and skateboard. So I hopped in the van.
Excellent. And we can talk about a number of our goofy road trips because, I mean, this is half of what this podcast is horrible skate trip adventures.
Reminiscing on all the old skate trips before the old COVID times.
Yeah.
Quick side note, one of those trips, like, pretty much introduced me to Kevin and like got me my sponsorship and my going.
That's the one that we're gonna talk
That was our
about.
California trip.
That was another hop in the van moment.
Hashtag Baco let down.
I dragged this man next to me, Chet Bolstridge, with me, and we hopped on a plane and flew down to San Diego and hopped in the van.
It was for
again.
It was for a spring. It was like spring break.
I'm pretty sure it was a spring break, like 2-week trip.
What was it? We went down for the Bakersfield Outlaw, and we also I forget that one also had Levi on it.
Yep.
Yeah, it had Levi and John Slug.
Yep.
And then did we pick anyone up?
I can't honestly remember.
I know. Yeah,
I think it was us for
think it was
like
just us.
the whole time.
Yeah, I think it was just us 5.
All sleeping in the same Sprinter van.
Is that because there's a different road trip? We met you guys in Mount Shasta when we were heading down to Jacksonville because there's a photo of you and Morgan with
That was
Troy.
when you decided to. That was you guys talked about that in your first podcast
Yeah.
when you dislocated your shoulder there at Sender's Point.
That's that one.
Yep.
That was a rough trip. But so I think that's the first time we met you, and then in the spring you were like, "Yo, I'm flying." Morgan and I are gonna fly down, and we're gonna meet you in San Diego or L.A.
San Diego.
San Diego.
Black's Beach. Yeah,
That's
first
right.
thing we did.
Doing a Black's Beach sesh with the boys.
That was
Everyone.
And were we staying with Jimmy at the time when we were down there?
I think. Oh.
No, I think we just stayed at a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that sounds.
Walmart parking lots were our lives back then.
Yeah, that was a crusty trip.
Walmart parking lot is luxury. Thank you very much, Chet.
Being able to walk inside at 3:00 in the morning and
Go to the bathroom.
or buy whatever you want at 4:00 in the morning,
A
like
Gatorade.
True.
outside using shopping carts as TV stands for your computer.
Using the shopping cart as a grill.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
Remember, I
was
made
the thing.
pad thai that one time in the
That's
parking
right.
lot.
That's
Yep.
right. Oh my
Chef
goodness.
down,
We
man.
did live a luxurious life as bums in a van.
It was pretty good. But so this trick, was it the Baco letdown tour or was it
Yeah.
the burrito tour?
When we all first did the thing,
Was it both?
I don't know.
pretty sure it was the Baco letdown tour.
Yeah.
I thought it had something to do with burritos.
I think Miles was involved in the one with burritos. But I feel like it was that same one because we stopped by and we stopped in San Fran and met Miles.
If
Didn't we?
Levi was on that trip, I know Levi is a fan of burritos. There's no way that trip wasn't. The hashtag's probably Omen Burrito Tour or something, if I had to guess. But it definitely was the Baco letdown tour because Baco got canceled or moved or something.
No,
like that.
we just at the
No.
race.
We
no,
showed
we
up
didn't. No,
and
we
we
didn't.
skated.
Yeah,
that didn't happen.
No, we just didn't race.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely failed to want to race that. I saw like everybody show up and it was like Daniel Engel hosting it and then like Max Caps and Tim Dell and somebody else. And I was like, well, podium's full. And
Probably
like,
getting smoked by those guys.
yeah. You guys have leathers? I've got bulls and trucks. Like, give me one moment. They're 180s. I'll just flip my center set wheels inside out.
Yeah,
Race mode.
It's all good.
It was a personal letdown. It wasn't
Yeah.
anything to do with the race. Daniel did a great job.
Yeah, Daniel did a phenomenal job organizing it. But most importantly, we got the skate repub.
Whoop whoop. That was
Yeah.
also the release of our gold standard urethane.
Yeah. Whoa.
We filmed with Glenn Vance's Miata back then.
I was about to say the Miata.
Yep, we had a green Miata, little hatchback Miata, or no, canvas topped Miata.
Yep.
Excuse me. Filmed by Glenn Vance. Did some Free Wheel Co. raw runs and
And then you gave away my longboard,
oh yeah,
my Comet Archetype. I love that board
might have-
so much.
butt focused someone's board in the process.
And just grab my board.
You broke James's board.
I butt focused James of Ayarba's board, and then proceeded to take Chet's board.
You felt bad.
I felt bad, so I took Chet's board and gave him Chet's board. But hey,
How come you didn't give him your board? Because you liked it?
Yeah, I mean it was good. It was an Omen board.
I walked out of that tour with trucks in my hand.
I can say when we got back to Shasta though, I did give the man's a new board. So,
Okay. I mean, yeah, you did come through. You had boards.
but it was in the moment. I butt focused it for who knows what reason. I mean, I like butt focusing boards. You guys have seen the Instagram clips of me doing that,
Yeah, the butt focus in Sun Peaks is the one that always comes to mind.
That doesn't...
The butt focus, you didn't break the board?
It wasn't supposed to be butt focused.
Yeah.
There's no way.
You gave it your best shot. But
I bounced so bad.
Yeah.
It probably combined to my spinal compression back in October, honestly.
Ooh.
It was bad.
Yeah. So you got worked on that, but that trip was super fun. So like,
so good.
What did we end up doing on that trip? Because like I'm glad that you guys were here because you were both on it, and I've gone on a couple of these down to San Diego and beyond, and it's always like, was this the one that we did that? Or so I know that was the one that I met Daniel Engel for the first time, and was like, this dude's cool.
Yep.
That's really all that you can say about Daniel. It's like, holy cow, I'd hang out with you some more. And then like the way he skates, you're like, you can hang out.
He's one of the guys for sure. He's definitely been a huge supporter in the skateboard scene in California, at least.
Kind of like you in a way,
time.
where like the house is open to the homies.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's always has room for the homies down in Bakersfield.
And he's fast. He's a fast guy.
One of the fastest in the world.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, we all know that I suck at going fast. And Chet, you're pretty good at going fast, but Morgan's
fast.
Morgan takes it seriously.
I do my best.
I put both hands behind me when I talk. You don't have one in front of your face to break the wind. That's so like
I totally see that.
That was, let's see, that was the first time I skated tuna.
Yep,
was on that trip.
We went and skated tuna, and
my
that
first tuna too.
Yeah, Chet's first tuna. We took a bunch of photos. I remember all those.
Yeah, that was gnarly. I remember getting there and be like, okay, it's just going to be terribly paved. And I remember getting there and being like, this is really not.
It's really bad.
It's really bad. And I was just kind of like looking at you like, so how do you skate this? And you're like, you skate it fast, man. It feels smoother at speed.
The
and I was
faster
like,
you skate tuna, the better it feels. But nowadays, honestly, there's better roads in Malibu to skate. So I'm not saying go to Malibu. I'm saying there's other things.
there are other pieces of pavement.
Yeah.
There's other pieces of pavement out there in the world.
Google Maps.
Go check them out.
Yep. With a friend and a spotter. So yeah, we skated that. We skated like,
I'm pretty sure we skated some Mulholland runs.
we did with Rachel Bagels. Shout out to Rachel
Shout out
Bagels.
to Rachel.
I think that was my favorite road that we skated. I think
such a playful place.
Mulholland's shut down right now.
Really? For what?
The fire a couple years ago.
There was a rock slide on it
That too.
took out part of the road. And so like right now there's a gate at the top and the bottom, and it's just road bikers and longboarders.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. And you just lap around. The lap's not that long. It's like 8 minutes.
This podcast is closing. We're about to go down to California.
Take a quick little 37, maybe a couple of days.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
the snake, man.
That road's really fun. I remember, like, I don't know if you guys do this, but before you always drop in on like a gnarly road that you've seen in videos before, and you start like asking the people around you who've skated it before, you're like, what's this like? And like, what should I be worried about? And I remember like someone talking to me about like the overhanging rock corner.
Or the bear corner.
The bear.
Yeah, the rock that looks like a bear. That's really cool.
And I remember being like, how am I gonna know? And they're just like, you'll know it's the bear corner. And I like came around and I just saw this rock overhanging the road, and I was like, this is the one they said not to blow. And I remember like dumping a ton of speed in there.
Big dumpers.
Yeah, there's also a left before that or right after it. It's like
just after. That's quite fast.
yeah, it's like a little spooky and a little drifty. And I remember going into that, be like, I think you can grip this one, and like halfway through, like sliding off the road, like two wheeling in the outside and like coming back in, and someone being behind me, but just like shaking their head, not like thumbs up, just like, dude, what were you thinking?
Luckily, there's like a big pullout out there, so it is pretty safe if you do blow it on that left, but it's still, you're going in fast.
There's a lot of in-between corners. On Mulholland. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's also the bottom part, like the swoopty boy.
Ooh, so good. Are you talking about the righties?
There's like the
left
snaky
righties?
part that feels kind of like it's like a left and a right and a left and a right right after each other, and it's got like the humps in it where you can really
You start pumping them.
yeah. So that one's super gnarly. I mean, it's fun, but it's definitely a great place when it's live to get smoked by a car. There was another couple roads that we skated out there that were really good.
Los Flores.
I don't know that
I
one.
don't think we did.
No, we did. That was jack
No,
pavement back then.
that was years ago.
Yeah, we skated GMR, I want to say.
No, I've never skated GMR.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure we ended up going to maybe Tepe.
Yeah, we did.
It was
Tepe.
mostly coastal stuff at that point in time.
Was it?
So we did,
that was the first time I skated Tepe.
We did Black's Beach up through Malibu and then up to Santa Barbara and then through Tepe.
And then I think we met up with Miles
And
up
then
in
we
Oakland.
ended
up-
Yeah,
No,
we
we
skated
sta-
some Berkeley stuff.
But we stopped in did we stop
Well,
in
you go to slow or
did we stop in Santa Barbara?
with
yeah, 'cause
Kenny and
you go
Pismo.
up
No,
and
that didn't
around.
happen.
You
Yeah.
go out and
No.
around.
On the dunes.
No,
You go
the
up
sand
and
dunes.
around.
No, 100%. That was when I met Kenny for the first time.
Oh my god, that didn't happen. So, one of the things that I was gonna did we skate Santa Barbara during that trip?
I'm gonna say yeah. Yeah, I remember skating at least a jib
We did
run.
ECC. That was the only time, the old ECC.
We skated ECC.
We camped at the top of ECC.
Okay, that's
Yep.
right. We skated
That's
the
what
top
we
of
did.
ECC, and I think we did. I think we would have had to have done SMR as well.
Yeah, I think
If
so.
we
We
did
met
then.
up with Kevin, and we drained the clutch in his bike. Remember?
I do
Wow,
remember that.
Yeah.
you have such a
That's
good
my
memory.
bike now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Jeez.
And that's the first time I met Kevin. And then after that, I
yeah.
bugged him with pictures of me for 2 years, and then he
you
sent
hit
me
him
a
up
set
through
of wheels.
Yeah, you hit him up through Instagram.
Yeah,
That's
it
how
was
works.
very similar to this story over here.
Don't hit anyone up. Through
Yeah,
Instagram.
don't hit up Kevin.
Don't do it.
He really won't like that.
He won't.
Yeah, sorry guys.
So,
Sorry.
Chet's already ruined that. He's already drained that brake reservoir.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting. So SMR, we skated with Kevin, and that was the first time that I skated jib as well. Because I remember that tour being the one where I got no road rash, but I skated all these new roads. It was kind of yeah, cool. I could definitely do this more often. And then that was 4 months after crashing on the first run of the first hill that I skated. I was just okay, you got to give to get.
Gotta want it.
That
Gotta
was
want it.
that was an exciting one. And then we also went up to Tepe. Worth it.
Worth
Another great road
Yep.
too.
So good. Very playful, back and forth. Little skid here, there.
If you haven't been to Tepe and Tacos, you have to.
Yeah.
Once it comes back.
Once it comes back.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be one of the
Definitely one of the best premier freeride family gatherings of the skateboard community.
without any bias, Giant's Head or Tepe and Tacos.
Giant's Head. Without a doubt.
Why?
It's my favorite event, hands down.
Or stand up?
Or stand up.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just I mean Giant's Head to me is much more about the road trip and the travel. I mean, I guess, Tepe is for a lot of people because they don't live in California. But for me is going up to British Columbia and seeing all the people up in British Columbia is just so good. And that road it requires you to slide, which is what I love to do. So,
Yeah. I mean, I like to slide. That road really demands a lot out of you.
Tepe requires a lot of work.
Yeah.
You have to work to go fast down that hill.
Yeah, you kind of have to tuck. I when they told me oh yeah, it's skating it during a free ride where the road's closed makes it, I think, harder because you can go faster. Whereas when the road's open and you have to be super conservative around a lot
You're
of the
kind
corners.
forced to stay within
Yeah.
those limits. Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine if the road's open, you just know you can Willy Wonka every right hand corner. You're
Yeah.
just well, I'm gonna go.
It's a different
yeah.
world
Yeah.
when there's traffic on that road. For sure.
Yeah.
So good.
But I haven't skated Giant's Head.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't get a DUI, kids. Oh, they don't let you
no.
in Canada.
Really?
Yeah. I am
Well,
2 years away.
If you can't be a good example, you can be a bad reminder. So
Yeah.
there you go.
I'm very close. Canada. Wait for it. I'll be
Wait
up there.
for it. Yeah, COVID will be over.
Canada
Yep.
2024,
2024. If they let us in.
2025.
What? Oh man. Well,
2025.
Giants, that's good stuff. I mean,
I can only hope that it comes back soon.
I feel like they'd have to. That's one of Land Yachts' events that they put on that makes everybody yeah, Land Yachts is super cool. They
Yeah.
did Giants.
I think it's mainly the entry into Canada that they're worried about right now. But
I feel like Land Yachts could put that event on and be sorry, Canadians only, and it would still have the exact same amount of shredding.
it'd probably still sell out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably still give them my money. And
Just hoping the day before be they might open.
please.
Just waiting at the border.
It's the first time someone's actually snuck into Canada with the idea of coming back. They're it's just for longboarding.
I promise, I'm just here to skate your hill and get out.
Yeah.
And maybe drink a couple of your beers, but that's about it.
Caribou Brewing. Actually, the Caribou Brewing root beer, if we have to say something.
Root
Yeah, I've
beer,
had
the
those.
cream soda and the
Those are
root
good.
beer.
Yeah.
So good. I used to try and get cases of those.
Yeah, whenever we stop at
Whenever
Flat
we
Spot.
stopped at Flat Spot.
It's like, yo, what do you guys want? How much beer? Like, no beer. Root beer and cream soda.
Give
Thank
us
you.
a case
Was
each.
it cream soda or ginger ale?
I think it was ginger ale.
I think it was ginger ale.
think it was.
Either way, I gain
Still
like
good.
pounds every time I go there. It's such a delicious.
That and then the dim sum. The pork buns.
Yeah, Newtown Bakery, just up the just like a block, maybe not even a block, like 3 doors away from Flat Spot. Like, go there, give them like $8.
The skate shop up there has this. There's an entire Asian bakery that's a couple of doors down, and it is to die for.
It's also inexpensive, like $8,
Yeah.
and you're getting like 4 pork buns, and you're just
dude,
like,
I love me some dim sum.
Yeah.
Like, fuck me up, guys.
Let's go.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, you're a chef, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, what's your favorite thing, like to
Favorite
eat?
thing.
To eat,
Oh,
like, or if you have to narrow it down to like a continent, which continent makes your favorite food?
Japan's pretty sick.
Japan's on a continent, so can we just say Asia? You're like, I'd still stick with Japan, man.
I mean, it's really close between like Japan and France. Like France, like has laid the foundation to
getting
like
specific.
cuisine, like in general, like pretty much most knowledge of cuisine nowadays in some way based off of like French cuisine. That's where like a lot of gastronomy, which is like the study of food, has like come out of. But Japan has done its own thing for like longer in a way, so it has stuff that kind of looks at food in a different angle. So they're both like really cool to each other, and like they both contribute so much to like food nowadays.
I'm just into good food,
Yeah.
I appreciate good food too.
but like some Japanese food.
Oh, fuck me up. I had some yakitori when I was in Japan,
I have
and
no
that was
idea what that is.
it's like literally barbecued chicken skewers, and that's all it is.
You could have just had barbecued chicken skewers, and I'd be like, yeah, it sounds great, but you had to say yakitori.
Yeah.
Make me admit I don't know what that word means. I should have been like, yo, Kyle wants to know what yakitori is.
Above the teriyaki line.
But the
Above the
entire
teriyaki line.
restaurant,
Okay.
the entire restaurant is based on these like chicken skewers. So it's just like there's this dude who's just like barbecuing chicken skewers, and there's like everything. There's like light meat, dark meat, skin, cartilage, heart, liver. Like you can have whatever you want. Each one has its own.
You
like
are more
sauce.
excited talking about yakitori than downhill skating right now.
I might be.
Your
I
heart
fucking
rate,
love it.
Okay, your heart rate is like getting. I can hear it through the table. That's perfect. So you've got. You're gonna say Japan, and you also went to Japan,
Yeah,
which makes it super cool.
Definitely.
So
And I've like worked in a couple of like Japanese oriented restaurants. So that's kind of like part of like my resume of what I've done in cooking.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
I've eaten at his restaurant in Los Olivios. It was bomb.
Nice. What's the name of that restaurant? We can give shameless plugs.
No
It's
longer in
not
business.
there. Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
It was
They had to take the
Baron
rest-
Star.
They had to get out of there.
I had to take the recipe with them.
Yeah.
How long ago did they close?
2 months after I left.
It's because of Chet they left.
Yep. No.
Like, we can't have Chet. We'll just.
Yeah.
We'll just
close.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
He's that good of a chef, you know.
We actually did a special on the Discovery Channel. Yeah.
Really?
Only in Australia and like Britain
What?
for some reason. Yeah.
What about the United States?
Like it never aired in the US.
What about
But
the United
Australians
States?
like
We
saw
like
me.
food.
Apparently not as much as Australia and Great Britain.
I guess not.
Yeah. So we've done this. And so at the moment, we're going to go back to like one of the first videos
Let's do it.
that we filmed together.
It was a glorious one.
It was a glorious one. This is you're on the right one. Kyle, make it big. You got everything hooked up.
You got it. It was big. Even that's what
Okay.
she said.
Joining us now for another Skaters Talking Over Skateboarding segments.
So yeah, this is
We thought this deer was fake, and then we knew this deer was real, and then we realized this deer was pooping.
I'm pretty sure I am 17 years old, maybe 16 years old in this video.
Yeah. You're skating cast trucks.
Cast Paris's. I got the Warped Omen Riot, a Flow Stop. This is first time ever being on any of these roads too.
Oh, that's
That's a fall.
that does look
That's
like
a
it.
fall. That's also a fall.
The next one's good too.
I had a tough time making it around those corners on that road.
Do you think it was the fog or the slightly wet pavement?
I
that did
think it was the fog making the pavement slightly wet.
This road is the road that I talk about getting my worst road rash ever on.
This road is, if you see coming up here, I actually almost ride off the inside of the road. Right about
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
I was speed wobbled right there, boop, and then I ran into that sign right there with the arrow.
Ow,
No.
that does not sound fun.
Yeah. I've never skated the bottom, like where you are, I've never ridden a skateboard on because I crashed so hard there. I was like, no.
That was first run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, this is in like 2009 first run.
I watched this video and all I can think about is how poor all of my form is on everything.
You're doing fine.
Yeah, you're skating better now than I skate. You're skating better in this video than I've ever skated. So, oh, dude, is this where you almost get
No, this
drilled?
one-
Yeah. Boop.
Almost hit the car,
Oh,
but I didn't because I'm a G, doing slides like that. So this was back when I rode for Omen, Paris, and Divine Wheel Co. At that point. That was
this is scoliosis. This is the steepest road in
You're
Washington.
spending more time sliding than you're going straight or even turning, which is nuts. I'm pretty sure that's Rain. No, it's Jackson or Rain Daily. Wasn't sure.
Ooh,
I've been to this hill a lot.
This
That
is
looks like a fun corner.
Devin said that's his favorite when he moved to Washington. He's like, that was my favorite hill was Edgewater.
I mean, it's got so much to it. Like, there's all these driveways to hit. You got all these different pavement changes to dodge.
A lot of really fun corners.
A lot of really fun corners. This is by far, I would say this is probably one of my favorite roads in Washington right now.
Yeah.
Other than maybe Meteor.
Yeah. This road's called Crack Rock, which is
It's because it's so good. It makes
so
you
good.
want more
Yeah.
every time you skate it.
you can't quit it. This is I have a raw run down this road where the bushes have grown up 10 feet and it's like it's way narrower. Like we skate this I think you're the first person to have a raw run down this road.
Sam Gallus. Sam Gallus at the time, I'm pretty sure, had a few different raw runs down it.
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It was just, this video was created back in the time of motion Boardshop.
This video was created back in a time where time ship racing gloves were a thing.
Dude, they were the best
I
gloves
love those.
ever.
Yeah.
I had like 3 of the red ones.
Dude, I had every single set.
Yeah.
That video is iconic because that's the first video that I ever filmed, really.
Yeah. Oh, this is for reference how steep scoliosis is. If you see it,
That's just me like sitting there, just milk. You can just like sit there and have a cup of tea. Like I remember that specifically because of how steep the road was.
yeah, that road melts, like ruins wheels because you get stuck at sideways and you can't do a thing about it.
Dude,
Flat spot.
it's realistically probably closer to 20. I want to say probably like the 25 to 30% grade in terms of payment wise.
Is it like Sessions? Have you skated that in East Bay? Blacktop one?
Yeah, so it's about the same steepness. Yeah.
The roads like that are just like
But
ridiculous.
it's much narrower.
Yeah.
So it's much scarier. So,
And the corners are just soft enough where you're like, oh man, I can't just like dump at 90. I have to kind of keep a little bit of turn going
dude.
in the slide.
Yeah.
And then so that's Morgan, whatever.
Oh, I mean,
Good as always.
I appreciate that.
And then we're gonna watch a video from Boarding Media.
Shout out Turner.
Yeah, shout out that
Wait,
man.
how many subscribers does he have?
161,000. Turner Williams is
Dude, Boarding Media.
coming out of Tehachapi, California.
He's broken right now.
He
Send
just,
him healing vibes.
Just got ankle surgery.
From doing so many raw runs, just stomping on the brakes.
Oh, I mean, realistically, he just had some messed up ankles. Probably from skateboarding, honestly.
You got them gankles. You need a
dude.
refund on them.
He needs a refund for sure. But
Okay.
this man's is a god with the camera, whether it's photos or videos, and this man's makes Chet look slaying.
decent.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's all right.
It's no Morgan Owens.
No.
I mean,
Well, I mean, he put a time lapse in there, so he's automatically a better filmer than me.
what's better than I am, because I don't know if you'll realize,
Ooh.
he won't put his
R.I.P.
hands
to
down.
that board. I'm just gonna say this now that I have the platform for it. If Powell ever comes back out with that board, they don't need to put urethane dampers on it. People will still buy it.
You could make it a little bit narrower.
You could also make it a little bit more expensive, and people would still buy it. That board's legit.
Yeah, true.
Oh.
Just
Okay.
make it.
Big squatty.
That was 90 degrees.
Oh, dude, this man's
No,
all
no,
about
no.
the 90s.
Perpendicular lifestyle.
Except for
thing.
stand up.
80 degrees,
heels.
dog.
88 degrees.
It's about 90.
He kind of looks like you, and he's wearing push culture pants.
Because the funny
big
thing
orange
is
ones.
I taught him how to skate.
Your toe sides are better, Morgan.
I would say so.
Sorry, Chet.
Yeah, it's fine.
You don't get to come onto this podcast and not catch a little bit of death.
Yeah, I'll
Did you
take
run
it.
that stop sign back there? What happened?
He did.
Ew.
He might have blown it.
The video
No.
doesn't show it.
No, he didn't do it.
Actually, I take that back. That's a really good looking toe side,
Thank you.
Chet. That was
Yeah, I'll take
I
that.
give it up where it needs to be given up.
Hey, I can say this.
Wait, I got one more.
What
here.
road's this?
Oh, you don't
It
need to
doesn't
know.
exist.
Is this
A large vine.
A large vine.
Look at that toe
Very-
side.
A very large vine that's might be wet.
it's patchy.
I love it when it's patchy.
Overalls?
Dude, the protection you get in overalls is pretty next level.
It's
not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Oh, watch this. Switch heel.
The protection you get in overalls is
I
way
can-
better
oh.
than chastity.
Ooh. Nice.
Oh, rewind that. I'm sorry. I need to appreciate you falling one more time.
Dude, he fell. He just biffed
Yeah,
it.
you didn't like gently fall. Oh, dude, you didn't get the back sliding and you like hooked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Least favorite way to eat it.
It's a
Yeah.
classic way to put it.
It was a really gentle turn, so like being able to get into slide was really uncomfortable.
You had to like push it deep in a
Yeah,
slide that
yeah.
like in an area that it doesn't want to go deep.
Exactly.
That's also what she said.
Yeah. Or he,
Or he, yeah.
Yep.
Gender neutral here.
They.
thems.
What them say.
Tucking. Nice crooked tuck.
Kabing.
You
Dude, that car,
almost got tundra.
you saw that car come around and you were just like, big old stand up in your face.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Big old.
Are you skating for any companies during this video?
No, it was just me and Turner being like, yo, let's fucking
But what
film.
are you skating?
Oh, I'm skating Pal Peralta, downhill boards and wheels. A lot of 72 millimeter K-Rimes in purple. One of the best wheels out there. Also S1 helmets. Shout out. They support me too.
Get
Yeah.
yourself a helmet if you're going to stand on a skateboard.
This is out in the Sierras with old Byron Ezert.
Mr.
Yeah.
Byroni.
My favorite skater in the world.
Oh, he's in the vest for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
He's
you know
the man.
Mans is in the vest.
Dude,
Yeah.
He's also out there in front. He's just like, yo, what's up?
he skates so chill, yet so fast, yet so effortless. It really makes me so unhappy.
He skates with so much confidence. It's like, it's just great to watch, you know?
The way I skate at 5 miles an hour is the way he skates at 50 miles an hour. Like he has, it looks like he has very little concern about what could happen. He's just like, why would I not make this? It's just impressive. It's really cool to see someone who's that confident. Because it doesn't come naturally to me. Was that a Switch 180?
Yeah. Dude, bringing him back, dude.
That's Morgan. That's why you got to ride symmetrical trucks.
Yeah, I can't do that. Sorry, sir.
You can't ride symmetrical trucks, or you can't 180.
Oh, both.
Whoa, that was a decent slide.
Not bad.
Where is this at?
Tehachapi.
These
There's
are all,
some cool
yeah, I was
runs
gonna
out
say,
there.
These are all the neighborhoods out there in Tehachapi near Turner.
Are you guys making up that word Tehachapi, or is that a real place?
It's a real place. It's like an hour and a half southeast of Bakersfield. In the mountains.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not in the flatlands. It's in the mountains.
Okay, so it's at least somewhat better.
Yeah, you definitely got quite a bit of flat, as you can see out there in the distance. But, I mean, the hills are pretty nice. The pavement's pretty good, and there's a lot of runs. So it's a good place to skate. It's a good place to hang out.
There's a couple of Groms coming up there that are real young.
Yes.
Stoked on those guys.
Turner's doing a great job grooming his Groms.
So we're like, oh, wow.
Big tongue.
Slow-mo, big tongue.
Big tongue,
Tongues
big
out,
toe.
guns out.
Sun's out, tongue's out.
Oh, wow. You're on top of that board, too. That was nice.
It's a bigger
That was
toe
good.
side than
That
I've
was-
ever done.
That was than me?
Oh, for sure.
Buddy.
What do you mean?
Why would you even bring that up? Obviously, it's a bigger toe side than I've ever done.
I like how it took you a second to like look at the video and realize that that it was a bigger toe side.
I had to make sure.
I mean-
I've done a couple that have been decent, but I mean, you're doing great.
I've seen some pictures.
I have great pictures, but that's what happens when you have your own photographer who's got time to take photos. Not all of them are
It's
usable.
easy to look good in a photo.
Ooh, Roman
That's why I
candle?
take photos. Exactly. Yeah, photos don't lie. You got
Nope.
Thane behind you. You got
Yeah.
this video. Video can be edited. Photos, no.
Truth.
Photos are the facts. Oh my God. Do you know where to get Push Culture pants anymore?
So unfortunately, they're no longer in business. I've talked with Travis and tried to work something out, and realistically in the future there could be something that works its way out where Push Culture decides to come back and make a rerun, but for now they're no longer.
Because you guys both have them.
Oh, I've got
I got a stash.
I've got a few.
I'm wearing them right now.
I've got a few sets of them that are still completely untouched, still in the bag.
Really?
Oh yeah. I have like 4 sweatshirts.
Those sweatshirts are cool. I like how they have a little face protector. They were prepared for COVID
Yeah.
before COVID was a thing.
I've been told that a
Legend.
few different times. I've worn them into a different, like a restaurant or something, and everyone's like, "Whoa, what is this?" And I was like, "Yeah, you didn't know about it. You don't need to. It's fine."
Whoa, go back. I don't want to. Okay,
What was that?
Go back like yeah, there.
Right there.
I'm just gonna say this dude's filming great, but I think his lens has some crap on it.
What is that, dude?
That right there,
No, it's a sensor.
Are you sure?
Kyle would know.
Yeah.
Kyle,
It's probably in the frame before that too. Let's check.
No.
no,
Wait, hold on.
it could be his lens.
No.
No, it was there.
Oh yeah, it's probably just the. It's
Little
on the
floaty.
sensor.
Dude, you guys are tripping. I don't see anything.
Switch.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah.
God.
Wow. And you're skating eras at the time,
Oh yeah,
and
K3s.
you're
Look at
not
him,
on
dude.
anything
Look at that
power.
cardio. Look at that cardio.
Wow.
We only had that much time to get like the last shot, and we really wanted this toe side. I was just sprinting up the hill.
That was a heel side. Oh, that's it. Oh,
No, it was
wow.
for this one. Yeah.
Wow, you better hold that deeper. You better. Oh, you hooked
They
up.
cut
I
it.
knew you
They
hooked
clip
up.
it. They clip it.
I knew
No.
you hooked up. Wow,
That was deep.
that was
pretty
decent.
deep.
It could have been deeper,
That
but
was
you
like-
know.
that was a solid.
Fair.
You know what the
flip.
best part of that whole video was? The boarding media logo at the end.
I was just about to say that.
Damn.
Blah, blah,
Ouch.
blah.
That was quality. Sorry. That was a great. You did a good job skating.
It's still better than me at
Thank
free
you.
ride. So,
No.
Really?
I mean, he can ride switch, so a little bit, but
A little bit.
I mean,
You're
way
pretty
be-
good.
No. Morgan, you're medium. You're
I'm
medium.
like this is my downhill, and my free ride's down here. Chet's about his down or his free ride's about here, and his downhill's about there. So I would say his average is much better than mine.
No way. Your average is better than mine. I might have like some stand-up slides on you, but like that's it.
I mean, when was the last time you put square lips on?
that weren't 72 millimeter Kevins.
Those
We,
Hey,
we
those
talked
are
about
not
those.
square lips.
Those are free ride wheels.
Those are free ride wheels.
Okay. I rode Corral one time, like 3 or 4 years ago, on like the red race
Whoa.
K-Rags. Yeah.
Do you want to know how often I ride square lips?
A little more than that?
Yeah.
I mean, recently I've been
Maybe?
riding nothing but free ride wheels.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
What wheels?
a man's likes to do some stand-up slides here and there.
What wheels you riding?
Well, I've been riding a few different types of wheels. I've been trying a little bit here and there, just to try and get back into what I used to like. And I really like Thane nowadays. I
Yeah,
kind of
big Thane.
resorted back to my 17-year-old self, 16-year-old self, wanting Thane in my life.
It's, yeah.
It's good, dude. Like, you leave the lines behind you and you just look at it and you just
The
it makes you
slides
happy.
feel good. The
Yeah.
slides feel good.
As Sam Gallus says, Thane is good.
Thane's cool, first off.
Thane is real cool.
Thane's cool. Thane's also good. But, like, I think that when you're in the pavement, sliding feels the best.
It's
Like,
like the most consistent.
A round lipped in the pavement slide feels the most buttery. Square lipped, it's cool for racing, but I feel like that's really aggressive. Speaking of racing, Diamond Raw Run with Morgan Owens. Yo,
All right, we're going to see it
this
now.
is, I'll preface this. Monkey is currently at Maryhill when we were shooting this video, and he's taking photos of Parker Schmidt, I want to say,
I think so.
racing.
Yep.
And we just made this new board. Morgan just got Savants that were 165, I believe.
Legendary. Yep.
I believe.
Yeah, it was the narrower savants.
And so you got a brand new board. You got a brand new trucks. You were on brand new bushings that you'd never ridden before.
Pretty much an entirely brand new setup.
Were those black Paris bushings?
Yes.
Yeah,
As a matter of
I
fact,
didn't like
those
those.
were
No,
there were
those
not
are
only
way too soft.
not only the black ones. There was a red and blue as well. And
Okay.
there was a little bit harder and then the hardest ones. But yeah, I had those new bushings in there. It was just all new.
It was not what you were looking for.
Definitely not.
But let's see this video. So this road is in the middle. It's close to Maryhill, and it's really terribly paved. It's really fast. It's got some really sick guardrails. And yeah, I've skated it one time, and it took me about 10 minutes to get down it. Morgan's man's over here does this in about 3:51. So it looks really good as far as its smoothness. Just know it's not. Like, it's not smooth.
It's a bunch of different pavements. As you see, it's a couple of
There's a dirt ride in the middle of it.
little toe side through a bunch of different stuff there.
There's some wobbles that come up.
Oh, dude, the wobbles are unreal in this video.
But yeah, it's right next to the gorge. So if you guys pull up your Google Maps, you can find it. But we called it Diamond because it was like, man, you got to be hard as hell to skate this road just because it's so terribly paved like this right here. Oh, spooky boy.
A little heel, and then and grip toe and big wobbles.
Big wobbles. I couldn't, and yeah, the first time we went down the run, you like just started tucking and we're like, yo, we can't keep up. Like I had to get everybody out of the car because you were going so fast. I felt my brakes getting soft.
Little dirt ride right there.
Yeah. That was an optional dirt ride and you opted in.
Chose for it.
I mean, what else was I gonna do? The dirt ride seemed like the best line.
I'm on wide wheels today. Got narrow trucks. Let's do it. Do you have a foot stop on this board?
No foot stop.
Ugh.
Yeah, this was first time on the Omen Grim. Got some loaders, some new Savants, some new bushings underneath my feet, and it is feeling turny. I can say the least.
Nate, I'm sure you feel this way too, but like I've filmed Morgan so many times and just skated with him so much, I understand like what his body language is. So like as I'm watching him, I understand like when like he's scared,
Yeah.
and when like he's like really got it, but
Nate,
like
what's going through your head? What do you think was going through your head at this time? You're filming.
I was
it.
like, just be super close. Like, just be super close. Like right here, I was like, get closer. Like while he's slowing down, like you can't really hear because the volume's off. I'm like I'm on the brakes.
Yeah.
Like I am foot into the floor on the brakes there. I was just nervous for you because I knew that everything was new. And I know how bad this road can go. Like I've seen people like do some pretty bad falls on it. And there's some really bad places to crash. Like this corner doesn't look bad, but if you just like make a mistake here, you end up in that guardrail.
yeah.
It's not fun. It's a
And-
sharp guardrail.
It's just dangerous. And I just remember like thinking like, oh my God, you're tucking. Like stop tucking. This is so dangerous. And then like I'd see like those little like micro wobbles and stuff underneath your feet. And I was like, this is no bueno.
You ready for this? I'm pretty sure this is the corner that I'm like hooting and hollering.
I think you combo.
Oh no, it's the next one.
Combo one.
And
wow.
then-
And then dude, you dump it. You just throw that anchor out on that slide. Like, please stop.
Yeah.
without
Dude.
really a pre-carb either.
No, straight into it.
Morgan doesn't need pre-carbs.
Straight into it.
Everybody else talks about it. Like, oh yeah, you want to carve into your slide. Morgan's like, you just want to grab the board and force it 90. Yeah. This is a big wobbly. Yeah, this was a really fun run to film because we also have Wes Eldridge who's coming up here on the left-hand side. You can see him in the hill. I believe he's taking photos because he just posted this photo to Instagram.
He's
yeah.
up there on the left.
Yep. Boop. That's
there he
Wes. And then here's that photo where your hands are like above your. Yep. Right there. Boop. That's where that photo's from. And then this is
Big
the,
toey.
Oh, the
Oh,
two-hand Tony.
Also a little pendy.
Little Penny never
Did
killed
it.
nobody.
Nope. Save some lives.
Yeah. We love to see it. Good.
Yeah,
Morgan's. Sorry, everybody. We had to take a quick office break. We are back now to the podcast. Yeah, thank you, Morgan, for reliving that raw run down Diamond.
Dude, it's that raw run, that road, it was iconic because I remember waking up in the Omen van one day, the first time we ever showed up to the road, waking up in the Omen van and you mean like, hey Morgan, we're at a road, you should really get out and skate. And I was like, I'm pretty sure it was the end of my tour. I was just too tired to get out. You guys got out, and I'm pretty sure you guys snapped a couple photos, and we left. That was my first interaction with the road, and that road.
That was the time we went to Bogus Basin.
Yep.
We went to Bogus Basin in like a 2-day road trip. We drove out there. I think someone we knew won the race. It was either you or Rain
It
won
was
the race.
Rain because I'm gonna say that Rain crashed me out. I remember going
Calling
into one
him
of
out.
the we went into one of the lefts, and we were so far out in front, and he crashed me out, and like he kept going, and I lost my board, and then everyone else passed me, and I was just like, I mean, all that matters is he won the race, so he did. So that's cool.
And he took you out at the same time. I mean, that probably felt like a double win for him.
It was.
That's
yeah,
like
it was
getting a
probably
gold
double.
medal and then them giving you a bonus gold medal. He was like, yeah, I took Morgan out and won. Yes. That was a super fun
Karma's on
event.
my side.
Yeah, Bogus Basin was cool.
That's a really fun
Yeah,
road.
The event was pretty rad, just the amount of runs we got, and then just like the road was just super rad.
And then the bottom part was also super rad.
They repaved it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did. They repaved jungle.
So good.
We'll have to go back out there when all this COVID crap's done and
One of these days.
get some work vests and close the road
Do
down
we
for
still
our personal gains.
do we still have that van around, or is that van gone?
That van's gone. Are you talking about the Owen van?
I'm talking about the Owen van.
Yeah, that van's gone.
Where'd it go?
It's just gone.
All right.
It's a tough story. It's like talking about where your ex-girlfriend's gone. You're like, oh, another man's got her now. Like,
Fun fact, the Sliders bus is sitting at my mom's house right now. It went from
does
Big
it
Dave.
run?
It does.
If
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Is it all-wheel drive?
no,
It's a bus.
it's a mini bus.
They make a 4-wheel drive minibus, just to be
I
clear.
don't think that
It's
I don't-
not that.
It,
Okay.
It
Not that
grew
cool.
up in
It-
San
yeah.
Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be my dream, is to get a 4x minibus and then drive that thing to the mountain all the time. Like, I don't care what the gas mileage is. Like, literally one baby seal to the mile, and
Yeah.
I am buying it still. Like, I want a 4x minibus.
Baby seals are going extinct by that point. But the
Especially with
van-
how often I go to the mountain.
it's like almost every day.
Yeah. I went to the mountain this morning. I went and rode POW before we did this podcast.
Oh, wow.
We had new snow today, or you had new snow today.
Yeah. It was, I mean, hey, somebody's got to go out there and shred.
Make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
Did it work?
It was good. I mean, it's kind of, we measure in the Northwest sometimes in centimeters. It's like centimeters, but they're heavier. So like we
Yeah.
don't get that Utah POW, but we get a lot more bottomless days because you can't sink into it as much. And like
But you're going like 2 miles per hour.
you're going 2 miles an hour. I'm 240 pounds. I blast through
true.
that shit like it's a fucking battering ram, homie.
Big dog over here.
Yeah,
he's got that grav bod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get stuck.
We just get stuck.
You guys, yeah, you. I mean, also my snowboards are probably bigger than anything you ride.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on a 156.
You're on a 156.
It's on a 156 wide.
Those are rookie numbers, kid. You got to step those up.
I'm a beginner in snowboarding.
You're a
don't
decent
blame me.
skier.
Oh, I mean, you haven't even seen me ski.
I'm on a 156 too.
Says the,
You got
So
like 4
tight.
inches on me.
I mean, yeah, but like,
So
I also know nothing about snowboarding, so
all you know about snowboarding is that Diane broke both your ankles at the same time snowboarding.
Oh,
Dude,
make me relive that twice in 48 hours. Monkey and I talked about that last night when I was down in Portland.
yeah, she had dude, she was on a straight up rampage that trip.
Dude, she
took you out.
So many people that
She took you out. And I mean, this is Dizzy. We love you. You were great. You were super fun on that adventure down to
fun.
down to Timberline. Like it was a blast having you there. But it was really funny when you took Morgan out. You like swept him right in the ankles and pretty much broke both of his ankles, which was at the time hilarious. Like nobody there was like we don't blame anyone. We're like, damn, Morgan, you should have gotten taken out by Diz. Like what
I
were you
also
thinking?
didn't occur. There was no long-lasting effects from that crash, so my ankles were totally fine.
Next day.
I have no idea what happened.
All we know is you couldn't walk for
All I know
about
is, like,
8 hours.
Yeah, 8 hours, couldn't walk, and somehow
The next morning you're good to go.
all I can say is Monkey's a doctor.
Yeah. We made burritos that evening and then you could walk.
Yeah, and they were filled with so many different things.
So That was an exciting so she broke your ankles and then like an hour later I dislocated my arm, which is a recurring theme as I dislocate my arm. And right when I'm like crumbled on the ground, she like comes in super fast and like sprays me with a bunch of snow and like just like
that.
douses like I
Real
was
friend.
I was
It
so
just rubs it in a little bit extra.
And then she's like, I got you so good. And I'm just like, you win, but like I'm kind of broken right now. And she's like, oh, I feel so bad. I was like, no, like this is what happens. Like you did a great job. Like I'm proud of you.
You're meant to do that.
Yeah,
But, like,
you just picked kind of a bad time. Like
Damn.
hindsight being 2020, really funny. Like, you know, it's the best time to get. It's easy. People are like, oh, you shouldn't kick someone when they're down, but really, it's the best time. Like they can't go anywhere when they're already on the ground.
Especially when they're some of your best friends.
Yeah,
Kick them a little extra hard.
exactly. And so she's just smashed me with snow. That was a hilarious evening. That was one of the few times we had a bunch of skate people around, and there was no skating because
It was all snowboarding.
It was all snowboarding. It was Eric, myself, James, you, Chrissy, Monkey, Marissa, Carmen, Alicia,
and then a few of Carmen's coworkers.
and a few of Carmen's coworkers, which was
Hectic.
That's a crew.
it was a crew, and there were many different types of.
It was a great time though. Overall, like from start to finish, like great time.
Yeah, if there's one takeaway from the podcast is if there's ever a van to jump into, you always say
into
yes, and if there's ever an Airbnb rented, you always show up. Like
Yeah, for sure.
I've
Just don't ask questions.
yeah.
in the
Or
van.
ask all the questions.
Speaking of, there's an Airbnb that's been rented, and sometimes you should just show up. Sun Peaks. Sorry, Chet. This story may exclude you because you can't go to Canada.
Dun dun dun.
So we went to Sun Peaks that one time with John Huey,
Yep.
and there was an Airbnb that was rented.
That was amazing.
And that was, once again, another phenomenal. We were just talking about Dave Hildebrand
Yeah,
today.
He was up there.
City Blights
up there.
Magazine. Thank you so much.
Dustin Ashman or Monkey was
Monkey.
also up there with us. The
Cameron Frazier.
Cam Frazier was out there. Les Robertson.
Was Les there?
I'm
I don't
pretty
know.
sure. Pretty sure Les was there for at least the first day, because I remember him being there, and then because it was him and Misha.
I think it was just Misha.
Was it just Misha?
I think it was just Misha. But yeah, that was an exciting one. That was one of those times where like, yo, it's like we got the Omen van. We're just gonna sleep in the woods, and they're like, we got an Airbnb rented, and it's
Yeah.
like, say no more.
They had a hot tub.
We are
they
there.
had an entire house of rad people.
I just remember John Huey, Luke Mello, and Cameron Frazier all having the ability to like mix and make music. And so
Yep.
for the entire time we were there, like driving all the way there, while we were there, and then when we were coming back, it was always somebody was mixing music and like,
Very true. We also lost a few caps to some bottles, if that rings any
oh
bells.
yeah. Yeah, that was, I forget whose birthday it was, but somebody at one point took a brand new bottle of whiskey and threw a cap out into the wilderness, which we
And
later retrieved. And
Everyone, you know what happens when you lose the cap to your bottle.
yep.
You gotta finish it.
Yeah. And Sun Peaks, tell me what you think about that road. I describe it as the hardest 15 miles an hour you'll ever skate.
It's a downhill go-kart track or a gravity kart track that is about 4 feet wide, but it's super turny, and the corners are really weird. They're off camber, and they've also got that weird like the paint on the inside and the outside that causes a lot of weird slideys. But I mean, yeah, realistically, it's definitely one of the hardest casual roads I've skated.
Casual?
Yeah, I mean, like, you go down it and you just casually go down it. You do a little
We,
stand-up slide.
we skate
feet.
so differently.
I'm sorry,
I am puckered. I am like the first, I do not have a like, oh man, everything's going well until like a third of the way from the bottom. Like
Okay.
it's, some of those corners are so fast back to back that I'm literally just grabbing rail to grabbing rail to grabbing rail.
But that's also wise because you're grabbing rail. If you were standing up and doing stand-up slides, you'd be able to transfer your weight much.
No, I
faster.
tried that last
Just
time.
do
I was
big
there.
milkers.
You can't.
Big
You
milkers.
can't. There's no big milkers
You
there.
could do like 6 foot big milkers, each corner.
You got it.
6 foot.
I'm nervous right now just thinking of it.
Toe side's neat.
Off cambered toe sides.
It just carries you. It just pulls you.
carries you right to the hospital, loads you up, and
right into
puts your unconscious
right
body.
into the tires.
Yep, that's. I also
Genie, I need your help.
I'm 22 hours away in Canada, please.
The amount of times I've called her internationally
For like being
for
injured.
being injured. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. But at the same time, it's very helpful because it allows me not to go to the hospital or a clinic to get checked out. So it allows me to kind of self-assess what's going on.
Speaking of being international and self-assessed, tell us about your first trip to Europe and describe how soon before going to Europe you broke yourself off.
So
1 second, I wish I had something to like, oh, this moment makes me so happy. Sorry. When you told me you broke yourself off before going to Europe, I was like,
2 weeks.
That fits.
Yeah.
So, for the record, I was living with Morgan when
Yeah.
all this happened.
We all lived.
how
together.
sad was he?
Oh, dude. It was heartbreaking.
It was bad.
It was bad.
It was definitely like a low point in my life because it was like the start of what I thought was my downhill skateboarding career, at least in racing. But I broke my collarbone 2 weeks before leaving for Europe. And
On a where?
on one of my local
little
on one of my
wire.
local runs in Shasta, and it was because of a Caltrans wire that was across the road that I had skated over a few days before, but they switched the metal brackets out for duct tape, or the duct tape held up a couple days prior, and it slingshotted me to the ground, broke my collarbone.
It was
Road
like
rash.
one of those road counters.
Yeah.
Where they count like how many cars
Yeah,
are going over.
when you're like
Yeah.
cruising over, it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, road rash from top to bottom. I mean, like honestly, like
I'm gonna describe road rash like
was
that from now,
bad, dude.
top to bottom, baby.
it was bad.
When you have it in like the back of your shoulder blades, but also on like the corners of your ankles, like
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
yeah, exactly.
Just bring back that song. Just yeah. But
Oh.
yeah, broke my collarbone 2 weeks before leaving for Europe and ended up pretty much just like going to Europe and shooting photos the entire time.
Just being the saddest boy of all time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like it gave me an opportunity. I mean, like through thick and thin, you realize what you have, of course, because you break it or you lose it, and then you realize what you have. And then I realized that I had an opportunity to see a different side of skateboarding or downhill skateboarding, and so that was the whole photography side. And that really was what sparked my interest in photography of skateboarding, scenery, my friends, and stuff like that. So, you know, in the light out of the darkness, I was able to find something, but it sucked. And
Yeah, you were looking for the light in that darkness, weren't you?
I was searching for the entire month that I was in Europe for sure.
There was a while when he wasn't looking for anything. He was pretty pissed.
I was just in the darkness, just like by myself, just
Lights
Fuck this
off.
shit.
yeah. I was just like, hate everyone. I hate this. All right, well, I guess
Give me my
we're here.
Vicodin.
Yeah,
Dude, longboarding can hurt you.
it sucks.
Longboarding can hurt you in ways that you like didn't know possible.
It can also give you the biggest ups of your life too.
Yeah.
Some of them.
But having holes in your body, like being like, oh, that's a
being,
hole.
being stuck to the sheets when you sleep.
Oh,
Yeah,
waking
that's-
up and
that's
being
my
like, I have
favorite.
to peel
What do you
myself.
mean? That's not your favorite? You don't like
No.
being stuck to your sheets when you fall asleep?
No, I mean, what do you do at that point? Because typically I'll just like rip them off the bed and then go take a shower with them.
Just carry the sheets with me.
Just
Just wrap them
yeah,
around me as a
we all know
toga.
you don't like to take showers. For the
Oh.
viewers at home that
Oh,
don't know
wow.
right now,
Right now, Morgan Owens smells like a dirty hippie.
yeah, he's.
I'll own it.
When's the last time you took a shower?
Not yesterday. The day before yesterday. It was before I came up to Portland.
So you're talking like you've been in a van or a car for like 9+ hours at this point, if not longer.
9 hours total.
The thing is, I have two.
He just hasn't taken his sweatshirt off, dude. He's hiding it underneath there.
No.
Just got them. I think it's just Morgan being a dirty hippie.
It could be.
I really think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the shower. It's the fact that Morgan's just like all the
I'm
stuff
just
that
like
comes
that.
out of his body. Just like, he's got all that despair that he's harvested through his Europe trip.
Not as bad as John Slug's socks.
Oh,
Also, all the souls I've taken, so.
yeah. Oh, is that a redhead joke?
That's a redhead joke.
Okay.
Gingivitis.
Morgan, I don't believe that being a redhead makes you soulless.
I mean, yeah, because I still.
I mean, I'd ask some like fourth graders.
No,
Before you confirm
he's
that.
such a nice boy. Okay, so we were on this road trip down to California, and let's talk about some shameless thing. Morgan was so kind; he gave somebody a skateboard. You know, after breaking it, he was like, "Let me give you a skateboard." That's a sweet gesture from somebody.
extremely
Kind-hearted.
Yep.
Yeah. Where did you get that skateboard?
Was it your skateboard, Chet? That's right.
Maybe. Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Yeah. Oh.
It definitely was.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird how some of these road trips we end up meeting people that now I've known for a super long time, and like one of the weird things is people that I've met through skateboarding that now ask me questions about snowboarding. Like, hey man, I'm thinking about getting a snowboard. What do you think about this one? I'm just like, well, first off, my store doesn't sell that snowboard, so you're not giving me any money, but let me tell you everything you want to know.
Shameless self plug right there. Shameless
Yes.
self-plug.
Hey,
One more little plug. Comet should make the archetype again. Speaking about the board that got given away.
you're still missing the archetype? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody from Comet's watching this, the archetype, super good. The ethos, we could bring one of those back.
Yeah.
Rename the takeover something.
Yeah.
You know, all hitters. Maybe a voodoo.
Grease hammer.
Grease hammer. Oh, yeah. And that may be problematic.
Yeah.
But, you know, I
You could
really.
just do the grease hammer with a different graphic.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't tell Liam.
I mean, Liam's got his own company to
Yeah.
worry about.
He's got his shit.
He's fine.
Yeah, I don't think the Grease Hammer re-release is going to take away from the theory sales.
Oh, no.
No.
I mean, that being said, by the time this podcast comes out, we will have the Prism Theory cop collars up online and completely sold out. It is one of the most popular
Ayo.
boards. They
Nice plug.
they're in the racks behind us, which you can't see because we got a 3-person layout today. But yeah, shout out to those new cop collar series. I think the graphics are flawless. And
They're pretty cool.
Tom
I
did
really
a good
do
job.
like the colors. They're some pretty aesthetically pleasing right there.
Yeah, I like them. So we'll do that. If you were to skate one of those boards, what would you do? The hindsight, the reaver, or the theory?
Probably the theory.
Yeah, me too.
It's just, yeah, I mean, like, it's the most common. I mean, it's just the most similar board that I can see to something that I've ridden in the past.
Okay, I can dig it.
Yeah.
Well, what are you skating right now?
Currently, I actually have my board behind me. Do you want me to grab it?
No.
All right, fine. No, it's all good.
Tell me about it.
I'm riding a Descent Bowie knife, currently with some Ronin 124, 134 katanas. Oh, goodness gracious.
Do not bang the mic. These
Yeah, so we got Descent board, Ronin trucks. We got right now some free ride wheels. So we got some blood orange wheels.
please call them Blorgans.
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 Shout out to the Blorgans.
Yeah.
Making some good wheels. And we got a foot stop and a torque block. But
Oh my goodness.
it's like a race setup, but it's also like a free ride setup.
It makes me so nervous how much narrower your wheels are than your deck.
I also am gonna say this, like, this board makes me nervous because because of where my back foot sits on this board.
It's on the back, like the bag.
I just recently put this torque block in, and like, I'm gonna tell you this, that it's probably still too far forward.
There's no more room.
Like there's like an inch, maybe an inch.
Are
on
you
the back.
standing on the foam or are you standing in the pocket?
I'm standing on the foam. Like my back heel is gonna be on this top left corner right here.
You're a big guy, man.
Yeah.
You need a bigger
Yeah.
board.
I'm 6'4", and like, it does not do me good to have such a small board.
But how is it for racing?
It's really fun. I
Have
mean,
you ever run a race on it though?
it's maneuverable. It's what you want. Like, you want something that you can transition from side to side really fast.
Yeah, let's talk about this because you've actually raced, and
Quite a bit,
the first couple episodes of this podcast have just been me kind of needlessly poking the bear of downhill skateboard race design. And I know that Chet and I get along a lot better on this subject.
Yeah.
Which is
Wide trucks.
wide trucks, symmetrical trucks,
Indeed.
somewhat wide boards,
Yep.
and wheels that slide good.
Yep. Snakes.
Snakes.
Hey, but I'm
Snakes.
not saying, hey, down, like, square lip wheels slide good. It's just harder
That
to
is a lie.
slide them.
Snakes.
If they slid well, then people wouldn't use them for racing. People choose wheels that don't slide well, that stop the fastest.
Okay.
Because a good sliding wheel doesn't hook up quick.
Okay.
So, sorry, I'm willing to die on that hill. Like, people, they're uncomfortable setups to ride. Like when I watch you slide and you kick that thing to 90 degrees,
Yeah.
and then like it snaps back.
Yeah.
Like I assume your axles are bending. It's snapping back to grip so hard, and I'm just looking at you like, God, how do you not get like catapulted off that board?
It's just like,
So tell me about modern race boards. Like how wide's your board?
So, like, realistically, my board right now, I'm pretty sure is like 9.2 or 9.3 inches wide. So it's a little bit narrower than your traditional, like, most of your free ride boards nowadays are going to be 9.5 to probably 10 inches wide.
That's what mine is.
Yeah, and so like you're gonna run, your traditional. You could realistically ride most boards on like a new age slalom style downhill race setup style. You're just gonna want something that's gonna be anywhere between like the 21 to 23 inch wheelbase range, which is small. It's quite small. It's abnormally small for most people.
Because you're like 6'3".
I'm 6'4". Yeah, it's like for me being 6'4" and like having a 22-inch wheelbase, it's small. Like I want like a 23-inch, but I personally haven't been able to find it recently.
I wouldn't set you up with a snowboard that small.
I would hope so, but like
That is tiny.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got such a small
such
board.
a small, like the wheelbase is small. The hanger width is going to be anywhere from 114 to 134 millimeters if you're looking for your narrow style race setups.
And you're running Ronins, so you got some sort of split.
I'm running Ronins. I'm running a 45-25 split Ronin Pro Light right now, and they're great. Like I love them. Like having the 5 mils of rake and the 2.5 mils of rake, the difference between the two allows you to have that much more turn in the front and
What's your hanger
drag
width?
in the back. 134 right now, but they're spaceable, so they can go to 124 as well.
What do you like?
I mean, like 134 is great because you can kind of like, I know it's completely contradictory, but like that's the closest you're gonna get to free riding your narrow trucks.
Yeah.
Is 134.
The closest I'm going to get is watching you do it from my car with a camera on the hood. That's as close as I'll ever get to a 134 millimeter hanger.
But I'll also say that like in the last few weeks, for the last few months, I've been doing nothing but free riding, and I wish I had something a little bit driftier. So I wish I had something a little bit wider, a little bit longer.
Eric just made
slidier.
these K3s,
And
with
they,
a
aren't they
slightly
also coming
narrower-
out with a K7 or K6?
the
K6s.
Yeah, we're working on
they should just do the iPhone
Yep.
thing and skip to K10.
Yeah.
K10, not
Aaron
really.
KX.
Yeah. I mean, just do the dragon skin thing, not release them, only
Yeah.
give them to the team riders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Chet, now that you're here and we've finally cornered you into our podcast, where are dragon skins? You don't
Wow.
have to say anything if it puts you on the spot, but we want to know.
We have the formula.
Are our brains too small that if you release them, we would all die?
We have the science.
Ravioli.
Let me just tell you
we
right
have
now.
the formioli.
we have the science. We are in the process of getting them to like be made. But as most people know, Skate One, the umbrella company for Palo Peralta Downhill, is a very big skate industry brand, and the downhill scene isn't necessarily their first priority all the time. But we are pushing as hard as we can to get these things to come out.
It's not the large chunk of the Venn diagram for them. I
No,
mean, they've got Bones bearings,
sliver.
they've got mini logo, they've got Bones wheels, they've got the reissue stuff, they've got
They've
flight
got
decks.
different potatoes to skin.
Yeah,
Steve Cab probably sells more than the entire downhill like part of their business. Like
Wow.
tenfold. Yeah.
Like
Steve. Well,
All his like pro model boards. He has like 10 different like pro model boards you can buy right now on Palo Peralta.
and there are no Byron Essert carbons. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so it's there. It's just not there right now
it could be.
Yeah.
because we've all ridden them. You. I know that you both have ridden dragon skins. I've done it.
I raced on them for a little bit. Yeah.
And they're fast. They're very,
Yeah.
very.
Super fast.
They're crazy fast.
Very predictable in
Very
their slide.
predictable.
Yeah.
I find them to be slidey,
Yeah.
like
They are.
very slidey,
Yeah.
but predictably slidey.
But more hookup than like a snake would have. Where the snake is like a little more like gray area in between slide and not slide, the dragon skins are a lot more definite. And so you like have a little more confidence going in and out of corners.
You have a little bit more confidence.
Not
going in.
100% sure, but they could. I'm going to say this. They could hold the Newton's record for time. It's like down the Newton's race course.
Whomst. Wow. Wait, what?
So
Self plug.
Self-plug. So the 2019 race season, we had the top 10 shootout. And I've been told by many people, I'm not sure because the timing system unfortunately didn't work. But I've been told by over a dozen of the racers that I've been racing with over the last 5 years that was the fastest run that they've seen anyone go down Newton's. Was my top 10 shootout run for Newton's 2019.
Did you win that race?
I got fourth. In
That's
final.
like the first real loser.
So in finals, I decided
first, you're last.
I full sent the glory pass, and didn't make it, but I sent it.
Where's the glory pass? I don't know that road.
I know. So it's.
I know the road well enough, but I don't know what they name the corners.
So it's they have the elbow, they have Forest Elbow, and they have the Dipper.
And the Dipper's towards the top, and
The Dipper's towards the top, and Forest Elbow is towards the bottom. And so I sent the pass into Forest Elbow, and I ended up sliding too late and slid wide, which caused
You went for an inside pass.
I went for an inside pass on max caps to go from third to second, and blew it.
You messed the line at that point because that's a really specific corner.
Very.
Have you ever seen that Patrick Switzer snake in Europe somewhere, where he's like zigging and zagging through people, and someone's doing a foot brake, and he like carves around the outside and like snakes this super nasty heel side through a couple people?
It's quite dirty.
And Kyle,
Quite dirty.
you have one job right now. Open up a new tab, and we will find this. Just go for Patrick Switzer.
Snake run?
No, downhill pass. Downhill.
Is it a race?
Yeah, it's a race. He's in leathers, and the way that he snakes people is like, because I think I remember what you're talking about. That was like, I remember seeing footage of it and being like, oh, that's, I mean, especially when you're racing. So like, describe that for people, like, because most downhill, like, how long is an average downhill race? Like,
Average downhill races tend to be around 2 miles long. So you're probably racing anywhere from about a minute and 10 or 15 seconds to about 2.5 minutes long. And so pretty much 4 people start at once. You go down the hill, and pretty much first one to the bottom wins. First 2 make it through to the next round, and it can get quite hectic. You get into the mindset of really just being in the moment and kind of realizing that every move matters when it comes to it. Every corner you're making a thought process of what you're going to do next corner, how's that potentially going to work out, and having to deal with all these other people around you.
because like, and with like 2 minutes, like there's only like, maybe if everything's going well, you have like maybe 1 or 2 opportunities to actually pass someone in a race. So if you don't like push out in front, like you really have to make up a lot of ground fast.
Yeah, no matter what, you're really having to make your decisions on a split second. Like you have to go into the corner, and you have to kind of right then and there decide whether or not you're going to either hook up a little early and try and take your line on the inside of them and hope that they fade wide, or you're going to basically try and there's a few different moves you can do. You can either wait and do it early into the corner, middle of the corner, or on the exit, and just try and pass them on the exit.
And just having the right timing when passing someone, especially in like a drag race, when you're just like, drafting the whole way. It's not passing too early and just like waiting for the right moment when you can like take the lead.
And that's like what's happened to you at Newton's. You were like in a position where you had the speed coming up on max, and you're like, I got to do it now.
I had the speed coming up on max, and I was like, I either have to do this now or it's unfortunately not going to happen. But looking back at it, it was just, that was more of my naive racing, not knowing what to do and how to do it and when to do it, really. Like I should have, looking back at that video and that entire race, I should have waited and at least sat behind him and through the last straightaway, because I realistically could have carried. I realistically
could have drag raced him at the end.
I could have drag raced with him or caught his draft through the exit of the turn, and I could have made a pass into second or third or first. So
yeah, it always sucks when you like crash and don't get to see how it would have played out.
yeah.
You're like, oh
Yeah, I mean, there's always the what if, but you got to deal with what you learn in the situation that you're given, and you can make your decision then and learn from it in the future.
So how does it feel to really catch someone's draft that's like faster than you and like just really like getting that pull?
When you hop into someone's draft, you'll go from like having nothing but wind noise to all of a sudden it will just completely go silent. Like your visor stops moving, and you can actually hear the wind going past you rather than just hearing the wind.
Yeah. You're like in a vacuum.
Yeah, you're like in a vacuum. And so as soon as you are in their draft and you're making ground on them and you're just, you're coming up on them with a few extra miles per hour and a little less resistance, it's really cool. And you pop out of their draft and you feel that wind blast you, and you just like, it's really like the moment you move out of their draft is the moment you know whether you can pass them or not.
Yeah.
Like you either get hit with that wind and immediately slow down to the same speed they're going, or you move out of their draft and you have that like slingshot effect,
that momentum
that you
to
always see.
carry ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
There's definitely been times where you get sucked into like the super draft, and this happens like places that come to mind is like Jake's Rash and Maryhill, where like you hop behind like 5 or 6 people, and they're like there's like 2 people that are both too wide, and you just get behind them, and you're immediately like, oh my, I'm just gonna roll you guys like so fast.
So that's actually how I made it into the finals at Newton's. Was Harry Clark and Chase Hiller ended up bumping on the exit of Forest Elbow, and they caused a double draft, which basically caused 2 wide draft for me to hop into, and I was just like, all right, hello, goodbye, and I passed them. I was just like, ciao.
And did you end up winning that?
I did. Yeah, I ended up winning that round. Harry Clark was crowned the world champion at the end of the year, so I can proudly say that I beat a world champion.
In one heat of one race.
In one heat of one race.
Sorry, we're all about authenticity here.
No, it's true. It's fully true. It's all about facts, and it's all about the right facts.
Yeah. Not fake facts.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah.
Well,
you've been on. Whoa, that was spooky. I almost fell back at home.
Nate's chair just almost broke.
Go to Ninja Moves with Patrick Switzer, obviously.
Yeah. Google search that shit.
I was just go to YouTube.
I'd go to Genie whenever I have medical advice, actually.
Well, no shit.
Yeah. Speaking of Ninja Moves, Patrick Switzer. Yes. This is the pass. Prepare to be.
No, this is Kozakov.
Wow.
Oh no, that's
I don't know where that is,
Almatrib.
but we're gonna watch that a couple times. That is when I think of like. I almost want to say like that one pass is to me one
It's
of the
iconic.
most iconic.
No, it's
like,
super
That's so
iconic.
savage.
Put your money where your mouth is. Passes.
You've got, I believe,
That's
I wanna
Delua
say
and
that-
Sebastian Hurtler.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. So Delua's dropping a massive foot brake on the inside, straight lining that apex to apex, and then P Swiss is just behind him.
Massive
dealing with
carve.
no,
Massive
dealing
carve
with
from
it.
P-Swiss.
No. Sebastian's directly behind. So like if you play it a little
it. P
bit,
Swiss is the one on the
yeah,
left.
he's on the super inside.
Like he's just basically P Swiss is just straight lining it,
He got a wob there too.
and then he just does a small heel side and it almost gets taken out by Sebastian.
He's so
Like slide, like Sebastian's foot's off his board because he's
Yeah.
coming to that corner so hot. Little sloop, little scoop, dude, just like millimeters away from just getting taken out.
yeah. That dude's.
And then
I mean, P Swiss
Goodbye.
is just good.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's just really, really good. And watching him race, and I'm sure you've seen that. To me, is like one of those passes where when I saw it, I was like,
oh, I've raced P Swiss before.
dude, he just knows where he is, and he just finesse. Some people are like battering rams, and that dude's just like a scalpel. He can just put himself in the spots to win.
He beat me at Vulcan.
What?
He beat me at Vulcan. So like, yeah,
How is Vulcan? I've only seen videos of it, and it looks
it's
terrifying.
terrifying, to say the least. Like it
Who's
is.
got the nastiest raw run down it? Like it's been a long time since I've actually seen it.
Chase Hiller's was fucked.
Wasn't it stand up too?
Yeah. And then Nick Brahms did a stand-up one down it too. That was pretty wild.
Ian Frieri.
Yeah.
Ian's raw runs the best down it. He does a massive, like, he pretty much tucks the straightaway, does a massive toe side, and then a massive squat through, like,
Not to take anything away from Chase Hiller.
no. Chase Hiller is a god at free ride, but Ian's doing it in leathers, and Chase is doing it and I'm pretty sure shorts and a t-shirt.
Are you finding that for us,
Oh yeah.
Kyle?
Kyle's already on
You
it.
want hands?
Yep. Ian Frary. I don't know. How do you say his name?
Yeah.
Pierre.
Ian
morning
Friere,
news?
F-R-I-E.
I got it.
Yeah.
Is this the right one?
This is the right one.
remember this.
Yeah, so he's in leathers, he's on square lips, this is his race board. Like this is his race board. And yeah, he's getting it stand up most of the time, which is crazy.
How fast is this road for the people who've never been there?
So in the straightaway coming up here after these next two corners, it's going to be 72 or 70. I think 74 was the top speed.
What?
Yeah, 74 miles an hour or like 120 something kilometers an hour.
So quick.
It's fast. So like coming down through this straightaway right here, you're hitting about 70. Like you're
That
hitting
just looks super fast. Like,
high 60s, and you have that gondola just above you right there to be able to
That's distracting.
to be able to not only see your friends skate down it as you go up the hill.
Oh, that's
but
how you get back to the top.
That's
is the
how you
gon-
get back to the top. You hop on the gondola at the bottom.
Whoa.
That's so cool.
So you're taking as many runs as you can between you and the run.
Wow.
You just got to skate it.
Is this the race that had like the skeptical finish line, where people were like, "You should move it"?
Yeah. So originally, the finish line for the first year's Vulcan was just after this right-hand hairpin. But it was also completely wet at the time. So we pretty much finished it right here. Like that was the finish line. But this last year when it was completely dry and we actually opted towards doing 1v1s. Instead of doing 4-man race heats, we did 1v1.
Makes sense on this road.
I couldn't imagine going 4 bleezies into any of these corners.
Going
That's 70.
going 4 wide with a draft of 3 other people in front of you going into the last 2 chicanes. Like
That's like Teutonia shit.
like you're asking to just have
Someone's gonna get hurt.
Unfortunately, you're asking for someone to get hurt. But like how we did it was the safest that we had planned it out in our heads as riders and as representatives of the sport. And yeah, you pretty much are just blasting. And this dude's doing probably 65 right here, maybe 60.
That's a lot of I hope I'm gripping.
Yeah. And especially because by this time, like, and he's also probably on scrubbed wheels. Like,
yeah, your wheels are hot.
like you do a run on fresh wheels and you get to the bottom and you have barely any skin left on your wheels. Like, it's nuts. You're doing such big slides. And then so the finish line was back up a few corners. This right here is just like the free ride section down to the gondola. Like this is just for having fun.
He's just chilling right now. This is no longer
This
for.
is no longer a race course. This is just like the last 4 hairpins before the bottom of the road.
That's pretty cool.
Wait, what? But this is still like very raceable down here too, isn't it?
Very much so.
It's not 70.
Why'd they
So
chill it? Why'd they cut it?
After this event happened, at the end of the IDF race, we had, I'm going to say this, we had the world's largest Chinese downhill race.
Did you really?
We probably had 75 racers
Start where and end where?
start at the top before the first, that like in this free ride section. They started just before the first left hairpin, and they went to this last right hairpin.
Wait, so everyone at once raced like a
It was
Chinese downhill.
75 people in one group. They all dropped at once.
Who won?
No one pushed. Everyone was gravity start. Like it was all gravity start from there on, all the way to the bottom. The kid broke his ankle, unfortunately. But like,
Someone's always got to ruin it for. Someone's always got to ruin it.
but like, you know, like I was the like the marshal at the bottom, calling who won.
And who was it?
Peace Swiss.
What?
Oh, wow.
That does
Full
not
circle.
That does. Yeah. Wow.
Patrick was in front and he won.
that things that surprise me. That's
Yeah.
not one of them.
No.
I mean,
No.
so he beat you at Vulcan, Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick beat me at Vulcan. Yeah.
It was 1-on-1. So
And
he
it
like
was-
sternly just like was like he eliminated you from
So-
having racing.
So he
He was just like, Morgan, sit down.
For sure.
No.
I've been
Yes.
making kombucha, and I
Yeah.
just wanted to come over here and remind you
yes
that
and no.
I've been fermenting this win as well.
This is just gonna sound like excuses, but my front foot slipped off my board in the second corner.
Oh,
and
did it?
I was off my board, like I was not skateboarding at that moment. Like I was sitting on my skateboard going down the hill.
Oh, bummer. Maybe you should have ridden some 180 trucks.
And so I did fight back from like being like probably 50 yards behind him to being probably 10 feet behind him before the finish line.
So he still won, though.
For sure.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
I
I
did-
bet he was on symmetrical trucks.
He was not. He was actually on Ronan's.
And what wheels? Did he smoke you on Kagwamas or Kegels?
Magnums.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say if he did it to you on Kegels, that's when you really need to be like.
We may or may
"Oh."
not have given him a set of Ronans, symmetrical Ronans, and a set of Magnums
So he could beat you. It seems generous.
so that
Yeah.
he could try him out and
Beat you.
try and win the race and beat me.
Did he win the race?
Nobody beat me. For sure.
Who won that?
Harry Clark.
Really?
Wait. Yes.
Okay. That's impressive.
Chase?
Is he? Is
Was it Hill Chaser?
I've never met
Was it
Harry.
Harry? I honestly can't remember if it was Chase Hiller or Harry Clark. But I know that it was those two in the finish line, and I remember one of them being so far up the other's butt into the last left like chicane, it was ridiculous.
Oh, you mean just like copy and paste it on top of
Like,
each other?
like actually, like if you took a picture if you were from in front of them and you took a picture up the hill, you wouldn't be able to see the other one.
Spooky.
Spooky.
Yeah, very spooky. So
Very spooky.
I've met Chase before, and I've skated near him, skated with him, whatever you want to call it. I think it was Nick Hansen, but we skated with him at a Mounds Down race or a Squirrel Nation event. I forget what it was, and I remember the road being super terribly paved and him riding like those 76 millimeter hot spots, those pink
Oof.
ones. Like, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? The one that have the core on the inside and no core on the
Yeah.
outside. And like a homie at the bottom of this hill was doing like 35-mile-an-hour toe side stand-ups on like gravel roads. And just like, I was just like, well, this dude's good. And I was like,
Yeah.
and I remember kind of looking at him and be like, you're kind of goofy. Like, what's your deal? And I couldn't really figure out like what it was. But it's like, no, he's just really cool, really nice, really good at skating. Like,
Yeah.
bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he was riding Rojas trucks. That's what really turned me
Still
off.
does.
And I was just
Still
like,
does
what
ride
the
Rojas.
fuck is under your deck? Like, this is.
I wonder
They are-
sometimes if his style is influenced by being a Rojas truck rider, you know, compared to like
Yes.
other, yeah. Like,
So
there has to be something.
He's
about
definitely
it.
he's ridden other trucks throughout his lifetime. He's told me, but
No, I'm
just
sure he
keeps,
has.
he just keeps going back to those Rojas, man.
Yeah, but you know, if you master something,
Something about those Rojas just got his.
I've rode
gears
K3s
grinding.
for a real long time, and there's a lot newer trucks out there.
Yeah, well,
I mean, but the thing is, he rides those Rojas. Like,
Yeah,
he rides those
he,
Rojas.
yeah, he's.
I
He
know.
doesn't just ride them; he rides those Rojas.
Yeah, he definitely does all the advertising. Like, I don't know anything about Roja other than the fact that Chase Hiller rides them. And whenever I see him ride them, I'm like, damn, they must be good because he's riding them.
And now they got those flashy gold ones.
Dude, they're $1,000 a piece.
Yeah,
$1,000 for a set of trucks. But I mean, you know, that takes the
I
weight.
mean, yeah, but how much have Dragon Skins sold for? $1,000 online?
Yeah, just so that they could be raced in the IDF.
true.
But I
But
don't even
they
think
were
they're-
$1,000.
I don't know. No,
Hoopla?
for a single wheel. Let's keep that in mind. I remember Kevo putting the Dragon Skins onto the Skate One website for $1,000 for one wheel. I don't even think it was for a set of 4.
Are we about to get into IDF politics?
No.
No, we're just talking about this hilarious thing.
we're
that happened
talking
with
about
Dragon
once-
Skins.
I'm going to start my own race series once everybody goes to motionboardshop.com and buys all of our bushings. We can really get my race series up. But there's going to be
Beer league downhill.
no, it's going to be serious racing, but it's going to be all the rules that you would expect, and it's going to be funded by a company that's not bankrupt. Like, I don't know who's been putting on races, but it's always like, oh yeah, we couldn't afford any hay bales, so just try not to crash in any of these really dangerous corners. By the way, we're doing 6-man heats because we couldn't afford to like book the hill earlier. And it's just like, wait, what? You know, I'm sorry. Am I lying? I've been to races before
That's
where it's
so
like,
good.
shouldn't you put a hay bale over this like metal spike in the ground? Be like, no one crashes here. Be like, just because you said that,
Yeah.
someone's gonna crash here.
Yeah.
I'd like to do races where it's like, you know, respectable. I like the idea of one-on-one racing. That way you get a little bit more going.
It's a little bit more
think-
intimate.
Yeah.
I think big dog payouts, like if you win the race, you get more than like your
You get
entry
actually-
fee back.
Yeah, you actually get to pay for something more than just your entry fee.
Okay, we talked about Sender's Point earlier. I really think a time trial at a place like that
I've
on
always-
a narrow road, like
always
a
thought-
real legitimate like full time trial. You get 3 tries.
I want to bring
you
back
know?
Rumble at the ranch.
Yeah.
I want to bring back Rumble at the ranch and do it at Sanders.
Have you skated that recently? I skated it with
Like,
boarding media
a week
like
ago.
a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
like-
when everyone was sessioning it. It's a cool road.
It's been a while.
I really like that one.
It's been a while since I've been there. It's been a couple of months, but that road would
Yeah.
be so good for an event.
The Rumble Road or Senders?
Senators.
Yeah, I think Senders would be.
Rumble
Yeah.
is Gonzo's
yeah.
forever.
You've seen the
happened?
like
There's like 1.5 feet thick of dirt over the entire road.
From what?
Oh, they just put dirt on it. I don't know. I have no idea. Like they
Didn't call you before they threw the
no,
dirt
they were
down.
just
They
like,
were
hey, so did you want us to throw the dirt on or no? I was like, oh yeah, for sure, throw the dirt on.
yeah, they didn't call you when they were making that decision.
No, unfortunately, they did not.
Oh, that's. I mean, that's.
A classic gone to the dirt, literally and figuratively.
So we actually talked to the state park that owns Sender's Point about like doing an event there, but like pretty much we'd have to like max out the camping down there, and like there's just no way like we'd be able to fit enough people. Unfortunately, like they have like a max capacity of people, but it would be like freaking.
What's a
epic
max
spot.
capacity?
It's like 100, 150.
Perfect. Cool.
Yeah,
That's all you need.
but
I mean,
the
no.
cost to rent out, because we'd have to rent out every camping spot. You know,
And
so
how much
the-
is it per time?
it wouldn't make sense
It
with the amount
wouldn't.
you'd have to charge every person. It'd have to be like an invitational too, you know, like 100 people, like that goes up quick.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, that sounds super doable.
Yeah.
Well, how much is it to rent the camping spot?
I mean, realistically, I'm pretty sure it's $35 a night.
I think it was a little more like closer to 50 or something like that.
So, how much is an event entry fee for most like IDF races? Like 250, 300 bucks.
$250.
Yeah, but that's on top of every other cost that goes into the race.
But I mean, you're never buying hay bales. You're renting hay bales unless you're using them for your you're extending.
All I'm gonna say is
Kevin, do a race at Sender's Point.
Oh, here's Sender's Point.
Oh, wow.
right here is where I dislocated my arm. Heck
Boom,
bad.
dislocation.
Yep.
Boom.
Been there.
Cry. Tears. Monkey edits photo of Big Head Nate.
Dude, I'm on Era K3's Rads and a Riviera.
I do this. I have a raw run of this in the wet on a double kick.
Chet, please. Morgan's skating. Try not to talk over this. Burn. So this is that first super combo. You have a big nasty
left
left into
and
this right.
This
Dumpy
right's one of
right.
the best.
One of the dumpiest.
And that would be, I mean, for racing
kinda blew that
one-on-one
line.
style,
It'd be really cool.
it'd be super cool.
Because you come in, you know, even if your one's regular, one's goofy, you could be throwing different slides. You could realistically foot brake into that corner.
And then you
Don't
have,
go into this wall. We've all gone.
wait,
into that
did you
wall.
go slow and not double drift that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Puss.
This was
Whoa.
back in the time of me not double drifting.
Wait,
that
this is
corner.
this is the corner. That's a huge right left.
Yeah.
There's a sewer grate right there. Yeah, I remember that.
There's a sewer grate in two of the main corners.
That thing spooked me because I came around the corner. I was like, "Oh, I'm hitting this."
This
This
right's
is a
so
weird.
flat.
This is
It's
a
so
weird one.
flat. Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
You have to drift, but you don't have a lot of traction,
You
and
don't.
somehow you live.
You don't have to drift.
You don't have to
Yeah.
drift with your
Okay.
22-inch wheelbase.
I like this left. This one's good.
I typically have blacked out by this part in the road. I can't breathe. My legs are shaking. I've got no blood going to my head anymore because I've been grabbing my rail so much. My fingers are pretty much cramping. And then, yeah. So this, I mean, yeah, great one-on-one. It's not super dangerous. You could definitely get super nuts to butts like racing on this because of the fact that like you're not going like 72 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very technical.
much more manageable when it comes to speed.
It'd be like all skill. Like you'd really have to like finesse like every slide and fucking nail the line.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is all I'm saying. People spend $150 to go to Maryhill. People would spend for like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event at Sender's Point that was invite only. Like I mean, we've talked about this a bunch. I don't know if you guys have been privy to those conversations, but if I were to throw an event and I put it up online like, yo, I'm throwing this event. This is where it's at. You can't come. It's invite only. My email is going to blow up so
Raffle
fast.
off half the tickets.
People would be like, wait, what? You're doing an event where? Like, I want to be a part of it. Like, cool, entry fee's $200. But like, I thought you said it was invite only. But like, I'm inviting you to give me $200. That's like,
Yeah, it's like the first person.
I mean, it'd be more like 300 to 400 though.
First 150 people to give me $250.
no. You'd also eliminate people. You got to be cool.
That's fair.
If you throw an event, you can't have people showing up that you're like, would I want to be in the desert with you for 3 days? Nope. Next.
That's fair.
Like, I'm sorry.
That's fair. So basically, you just kind of like make a list of the people that want to get in, and then just pick your.
Well, and if
favorite.
you're losing money on the event, you may as well, have the people, and then you got to have your film crew there because you can't have spectators. So then you have like people filming it.
Yeah.
Anytime someone goes down, you're like, you got to have a GoPro on your head.
That's why I'm saying like some sort of like Rumble at the Ranch style event, because then you could
where they actually filmed
you could
it
realistically film it from top to bottom since it's short enough. It's got like jam packed corners to where you could
The action's coverable.
it's all
Yeah.
pretty manageable into these certain spots,
Yeah.
and you could do you could do a 50-man bracket and do 25 heats of 2-man heats, and like that could fill up 2 hours. Like if you spaced it out where it was like, all right, like you had commentating and then a run and then commentating, like it'd be pretty cool.
25 heats on a 2-minute run. Yeah, that's going to take at least 2 hours.
Plus, like with, but realistically,
I'm
it'd
just
be
saying,
so
Chet,
good.
don't let money scare you. People, if you build it, they will come. Like if Maryhill
Yes.
teaches you anything, like Maryhill's in the desert. It is in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing cool to do around it. And the road doesn't have any drifts. And people show up by the, like, literally by the U-Haul van load. People will show up in a U-Haul and open the back and 10 people will pop out. Like, wait, you drove here 2 hours in the back of a hot U-Haul? And they're just like, yes, I've come to skate Maryhill.
Yeah.
So, I mean, don't be scared.
It's a conversation. It definitely
conversation.
is. Senders would be a very legendary event.
And I mean, you the other thing, it doesn't have to be a race. It could just be a free ride. And then
Yeah.
you have that like time trial component of it, or you
Yeah.
have the racing component of it, like they did at some events.
You could do a judged, especially if we got like a film crew, like
Only Judy can judge.
yeah.
I don't want to
Shout
be a
out
judge.
Judge Judy,
Yeah, Judge Judy keeping it real.
keeping it real.
I don't know. Free rides are the only thing that I think needs a judge, and even then, I feel like the events that I want to do at free ride events are like long slide, kick the can.
Most of the time, like unless you're doing a slide jam, you're kind of just showing up to an event to skate and have fun with your friends, or have fun with new people that are around you.
So, what's the best event you've been to?
Giant's Head. I'll go back to Giant's Head. Like it's my favorite event because of the amount of runs you get, the corners, like the people that you get to skate with, the fact that they built features on the actual road itself so that you could actually hit a feature off the side, like hit a wall ride. They have all those like drops and jumps and stuff like that. Not that I hit those, but it's
It's cool to see other people do them.
It's cool to see other people hit them or pass them when they're hitting them, and you're just like, "Hey, I passed you."
Yeah, the funniest thing is when they like build all those ramps. Like, man, you guys spent like 80 hours building all these ramps that like 5 dudes can hit.
Yeah,
Like, oh, that's a bummer.
and I'm assuming the 5 dudes are 5 dudes that actually built the ramps. So like, it's not like they're external people that are hitting the ramps. It's like
Full
they're
circle.
Yeah, it's just like the guys that are building them are hitting.
They throw the event for themselves, and then they build the ramps because they've always wanted a half pipe at the top of that really gnarly area.
Downhill Disco is designed by Will Royce.
Really?
No, I'm just saying that.
I would believe it.
I could see it. Or Tyler Howell, dude.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
just
Tyler
like
Howell.
out there doing flips over things. He's just
Yeah.
like hucking backies and like misty
Mi-
flips.
Miller flips.
Those.
Yeah, those things are
Those
neato.
things.
Have you seen him snowboard?
Also
Yeah.
hucking flips.
Also hucking flips.
Yeah.
He's
a crazy motherfucker.
He
If you ever skate with
makes
him,
it
like
happen, dude.
you're like, man, you really just drank
doesn't-
a 6-pack.
yeah, he doesn't have the cleanest style, but he definitely has the I've made it to the bottom of the road style, which
yeah.
is
every time.
yeah, he's
He's a legend.
like, this is gonna sound odd. You've met Troy.
Oh yeah.
He seems like a SoCal Troy.
Oh, I'm connecting the dots now, and yeah.
He's a power player.
He's a
He
power
doesn't
player.
crash. He can ollie. He can ride a skateboard.
Ooh, I cannot contest to the he doesn't crash part.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I've driven follow car for him and seen him crash in front of me while I'm driving follow car for him.
When I say he doesn't crash, what I really mean is he doesn't crash doing silly stuff. He crashes
Oh,
like going full speed, like
He 50-50 to crack going down Highway 3 and just like one truck on one side, one truck on the other, and just like absolutely blew himself apart. Like we're not talking like
a little road rash.
a little road rash. He was doing something silly. Oh my, yeah. Like
whoa.
he's just full set. Oh, this is him down Braffs. What is this, dude?
Oh, he tries his
that's a two.
360.
Yeah, that's a two-hand
Yeah.
Tony the wrong way.
Oh my goodness. That sounds like
I give it up, man. Tyler's good.
Oh yeah.
3. Oh,
See, that's what I mean. He doesn't like. He had an opportunity to
Yeah.
crash in the road, and he brought it all the way back to his hands. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. He's got that survival button. Like Will Royce also has that survival button of like, oh, I'm not just gonna like. I'll try my best to not crash, but like, if
my
he would have
goodness.
crashed when he did the 360 and then fell backwards, like that would have been a
Road
way worse
rash
fall.
everywhere.
Yeah, he's
ooh.
no. I know what you said. Ooh for. Oh yes.
Yes.
There-
Yes.
Oh, Tyler, I'm so sorry. This is a big shout out. Someone sponsor him.
He hit. I'm pretty sure he hit a can.
Didn't his wheel fall off?
No, I'm pretty sure he hit a can.
like a beer can or like a.
When he falls, when he does that like flipping backwards thing, I'm pretty sure he hits a can.
Like in the oh no
Yeah, there's like a aluminum can in the middle of the road.
oh I'm so sorry Tyler, but I'm rooting for this
Oh my goodness,
crash. He's so good.
dude! He's like, and he's getting it too. Like that's
Is this
it.
Arbor?
No, this is just his.
No, it's a wheel.
fell
No
off.
wheel. That
Called
was a
it.
wheel.
Okay,
that was a wheel.
Yeah.
Straight to Axel.
No, it was an Altoids can.
Okay.
He hit an I thought it was in his toe. I
Oh.
told you. I was like,
was-
he hit something and then he fell.
Okay, I'll give it to you, Morgan. I give it to you.
Yeah, but this man.
Oh, wait, scroll up. There's a Miller flip.
there's
from
me.
from down. No one cares. He's doing Miller flips.
Miller
No, there's
flip.
me.
Miller flip.
Upper right. Yep.
Miller flip.
Do you have a motion Boardshop sticker on your helmet? In that.
No, that's
Oh,
a these sticker.
That's the Miller
That's a
flip.
Miller flip.
Dude. Yeah, he's great at skating. What can I say?
Yeah. No, that's a these sticker.
Yeah, and he snowboards. I'm sure if you click on any of those snowboard videos, it's like probably him doing some sort of stupid backflip because he's so good
Yeah.
at them.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, he's an impressive person.
He deserves to ride for Arbor.
Yeah.
Does he still ride for Arbor?
Yeah.
Nice. Go him. Yeah, that's a pretty cool sponsorship because lo and behold, the Arbor skateboard sponsorship has some snowboard.
It does.
yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it's right up there with
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you rather have the Arbor sponsorship or would you rather have the Don Carlos Taco Shop Jimmy Riat sponsorship?
Yeah.
Right?
It's close.
That's close.
I
Like the
would
Arbor one comes with a lot of
But
clout.
Don Carlos is just like ultimate tacos and burritos for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's tough. That's a toss up.
I'm realistically probably gonna have to go with Don Carlos.
Considering I live in Seattle and it's really far away,
And you
Arbor sounds really good. But Don Carlos Taco
But
Shop,
if you lived there
yeah,
you'd be like,
or if they
"Alright."
could ship them to you like 2 day, just like you get-
overnight,
yeah,
overnight you a burrito.
Insulated box and everything.
Goodness.
yeah, it'd be tough. I don't know what I can say on that. Where is he originally from? Like SB?
Yeah, he's
Tyler?
he's
SB,
originally from
born
Santa
and
Barbara.
raised.
Yeah, he's still lives there, still shreds up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, understatement. Speaking of SB, let's talk about a 17-minute run we all love.
Oh wow.
One of the best runs in California that you can cruise your way down with all your friends. Every single one of them.
And it is just outside of Las Vegas. That's
Yeah.
where you find it.
Yeah.
Right outside Las Vegas.
In the desert in Nevada.
Yep.
Yep. Around Area 51, actually.
Yep.
Some may say it doesn't exist, but others may say that it never ends.
It's like birds. Birds are fake.
yeah. Birds are not
Birds
real.
aren't real.
Wait. I don't remember. Oh, you started on that like little upper
Yeah.
plot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a Kelly spot.
Yo, you've evolved. Now you're on Era, PPDD.
Do it.
on some snacks.
And S1.
Oh, yeah. Snacks or snakes?
Sneaky
Why
snacks.
not? Why not both?
Why not
Yep.
snaky snakes? Sneak
That's all I do.
Big
I s-
sides, dude.
I skated with Big Kev down this one time, and it was. You remember that time when I went off the like almost
I do,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
50-50 the outside
Yeah.
of the road after passing you guys, like, yo, I'm so tough. Passed both you guys because you waited for me. You literally stopped on the side of the road, like, where's Nate? I hope he's okay. And then I come like putting around, like, I'm in front, like I'm so good. Like 50-50 off the edge of the road, and Kevin like comes by me and just gives me like the nod of like, buddy, no. Like please don't go off the road there of all places. But yeah, this road is for being in Nevada, such a good.
Yeah.
So, Chet, since you lived not too far away from this Nevada road, who would be like, who's your favorite person to watch skate down this hill?
Alex Prosh. Hands down.
Why though?
Hands down.
I don't know
He
who that
lives at
is.
the bottom.
I mean, he's an SP local. He's a
from Nevada.
Yep.
from Nevada, Santa Barbara, Nevada, local. So he's out there. He's just it's this kid. I personally have seen him. I agree with Chet too. Like Alex Prosh is one of the most underrated skaters down Gibraltar.
I've seen him skate most of it switch. While I'm riding regular.
Wait, stand up or gloving?
Stand up.
Stand up.
Like this
Dirty.
kid's like
It doesn't. This isn't one of those roads where it's like, oh man, if you're regular, it's so much easier. It's like you have to be able to like bang them both ways.
you really got to do them both ways.
It's a long
Is
ways.
this full stand up for you, or pretty much full stand up? Like you touch bucks?
No, I don't touch.
Whoa, dude.
I skated this every day for like 3 years.
Okay, this
Yeah,
is my
like-
dream. Would be
yeah.
to be able to go full stand up down this. I mean, you're going. You could be. With all respect, you're skating it great right now. I have no bones to pick with how well you're skating it. But I do know that some people skate this like with tucks, and that slide wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
You know, like there are some people who are really like cashing in on their parents' insurance when they're like smashing runs like this. And this is
Yeah. I was uninsured at this point, so I'm taking a little chill.
this is uninsured chill chat.
Yeah.
This is
Pretty.
This is pretty good.
Sandy. Pretty sandy.
someone's hoping.
Shout out Obamacare.
Yeah,
I am
someone
now
definitely
insured.
has Genie on speed dial.
This guy right here and this guy right here.
Yeah, this is
This is a halfway point.
Yeah,
This is
this
where
is-
you usually stop and chill.
where you guys were waiting for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like we're like 4 minutes into the video, you guys were probably waiting for 4 minutes for me to get down to that spot. Yeah.
Probably sounds about right. Yeah.
You're like, what's taking Nate so long? Oh, he probably went off a road. It's just me coming around on like really, really
Yeah.
blasted wheels.
So like recently, the activity that's been going down here has been pretty awesome, honestly. So we've got I don't know if you guys know Frenchie or Adrian Pano, SD Frenchie on Instagram.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So that man's is out there in Santa Barbara, like skating every day, always clipping up the sunset runs. Oh, that
You
was,
hit a pebble or
that I was gonna
something.
say, I
Yeah,
saw
that-
that sketchy toe side.
Yeah, that is really rough right there.
Ooh, switch.
oh.
A little bit.
Establishing dominance
Yep.
over the other people on the podcast. Wow, that switch check was terrible, but still better than anything I can bring to the table.
Yeah, same.
Is that a full cut?
Yep.
Yeah.
S1.
One of those S1 full cuts, dude.
Yep.
That's hot.
Looking
I don't mean
good.
like good looking. I just mean like temperature wise. You're probably very warm in there.
For sure. And it's summer. Look at him.
It's
Yep.
California. It's always summer. It's
It's
Nevada.
Nevada.
It's Nevada. Sorry, my bad.
If it really was California, it'd be like Mount Shasta, where it's really
Yeah,
cold.
it'd be way greener if it was California.
way greener.
So, oh, and still push culture pants.
Yep.
Oh,
those
dude.
oranges. I really made
Those
them work.
yeah. Man,
So good.
Is that a
dude.
button-up Powell shirt?
Yep.
Yep.
The work shirt.
It's one of those
are
work
dope.
shirts, dude.
Yeah.
Those things are
Oh,
ooh.
Lift up like that. I guess I do put a hand down. Sorry.
No, I'm not. I mean, you did your sliding with your hands off the ground, but I
see,
don't know.
You see Nevada there off in the distance on the
Yeah, the
right-hand
Nevada
side.
Ocean.
The
Yeah,
Nevada
you see
Ocean.
the Nevada Ocean. No snow.
Real scenic.
It's really filled with salt.
So Salt Lake. Yeah, this is. I like have no idea where I am on the road right now because I've only skated it a couple times. But
Yeah.
like, to me, this whole road blurs together except
Yeah.
for that one really flat right
Yeah.
before the end.
So this is that section right before it cuts almost 180 degrees back on itself. And it just like has that like double lefty.
Do you smoke a biker on this?
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god!
pretty much grip this corner, which is like one of the sketchier ones.
I believe it. Oh baby, that was.
That corner right there is probably the slightest corner on jib nowadays.
Yeah.
Really?
yeah,
A lot of sand or just like
I'm assuming it's just like how the pavement's been wearing and the amount of dust.
Bye.
Chowski's switch
Whoa.
too. He's just blasting by bikers switch.
Yeah.
how do you skate this whole thing switch stand up?
Switch
Right.
and stand up.
You be goofy.
Yeah,
It's
it-
mostly lefts.
it's
this
yeah.
road?
Realistically, you could slide this entire road just sliding left.
Lefts. Yeah.
Only doing heelys? Okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but still, being that proficient with switch heels is
That would take a
Amazing.
lot,
it's
yeah.
pretty legendary, honestly.
and okay. So let's say you only do skate it with switch heel sides, so that you're doing like a normal regular heel side. That means you're gripping all these scary toe sides
Yeah.
in switch toe side.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean, that's my least favorite way to go around a corner is trying to grip switch toe side.
Yeah.
It's scary. You just like have that weird balance feeling to it. Unless you're Dylan Hepworth and you watch yourself skating switch on video.
How does he do it? Because he's pretty difficult to figure out.
I've heard through the grapevine he will get a raw run of himself and then he will just reverse that raw run so that he skates switch down that run and just
I'm
just watch
convinced
it
he's
and
ambidextrous.
he'll just watch it him skating switch and then he'll just recreate it. So he just like his regular toe sides versus his goofy toe sides are almost identical because he
they're
just,
very, very good. Yeah.
because they're just that's what he bases it off of.
For my confidence
This
sake,
corner, this is the corner that I'm like, okay, we're
yeah.
like in the chill part now. Once I
yeah.
see this, I'm like, okay, most likely not going to die in this next couple sections.
yeah, the rest of it's pretty mellow. There's one little
There's
like
like
good combo
there's,
breaker.
there's 2 or 3 corners after this that I think are really swoopy
Yeah.
doopers,
Yeah.
but like after that, it's. I mean, by here you're like, oh, well, I haven't been hit by a car so far. Like,
Yeah.
good to
I'm
go.
doing
We've
good.
made it
Yeah.
this far.
Yeah, those Nevada trucks hit different. I was with Allison. I was showing her this road right after SMR, and we were driving down it from the top. And I was like, yeah, it's super sketchy driving this road because like people always cut the corners. And in that first right hand corner, like literally motorcycle full inside,
Yeah.
like almost drills us while we're driving down the hill. And I'm just like that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a great one uphill on 2 wheels, and it's a great one downhill on 4.
Yeah.
And this is like the typical casual stopping location.
And then
Yeah,
the pavement
this is pavement change.
pavement switch is there to some
Yes.
slurry seal.
Big slurry seal.
but you,
Old
wait,
stuff.
Kyle, wiggle the mouse. You're not even close to the bottom yet, are you? There's like,
What?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing.
it's
The whole thing.
yeah.
It's
This
the
is
whole thing.
this is in my opinion, this is the more impressive part to skate.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
this is the part where
This corner's sick. I love this right.
there's not as much bend to the corners, and there's a little bit more like danger. Like
That corner in particular, like
That one's
you
good.
you really should be as far inside on that right as you can.
because everybody coming
Everyone's coming up it's just cutting
One
that
time I was driving down that on my motorcycle and a car gave me like 3 feet. Like of the inside, you know, like if I wasn't fully inside, like pitted on the
Yeah.
corner before coming around, I would have been like smoked.
These Nevada roads are dangerous, man.
Yeah, you gotta
Don't go to Nevada.
Drivers are crazy. The skaters are even crazier.
Speaking of crazy, this is a 17-minute video of you just like,
Vibing.
yeah,
Like
straight
giving
up.
her the vibe juice, like
Yeah.
just vibing as hard as you could vibe.
Like I don't know. Sometimes you build an intimate relationship with a road,
And you lived at the top of this one for a long time, or
more or
top-ish.
less. Yeah. Like I could follow the ridge and like skate down it.
Same elevation, but it
Yep.
takes like from your house to get to there, it takes like 10 plus minutes, right?
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
20, 30 actually
To
get
go
to
along the
top.
ridge?
You just
Yeah.
gotta traverse across
Yeah.
that ridge line.
That's a long
I could
way.
blast out my motorcycle a little faster.
Things longboarders say. Yeah. Oh man, how come he stopped longboarding? Oh, he got a motorcycle, and then now he just does that dumb stuff.
Or I guess in our case, it's disc golf. But
That
Disc
driveway right there is wild.
That driveway has
gotta
got
surf
Camilo
it,
has a
dude.
raw run down it. It's
down the
insane.
driveway.
Yeah.
Wait, or into the driveway.
Down the driveway.
Oh, you mean the driveway is skatable?
Yeah.
Oh, I was making fun of you, and you're like, no, that driveway is sicker than most hills you skate.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that was a decent squatter.
It was all right. Yeah.
Was all right. You're alive. Yeah, I mean, this skating in this part of the world is one of the prettier spots. Every
dude.
time like you're skating that high up and the ocean is that close,
you just
you're
have
like,
the
oh.
ocean so close.
Especially if you're down in the spring,
mountains.
like not in the middle of summer, like any other time of the year is so nice. Like I remember in the winter when I lived in Nevada, we got maybe 10 rainy days all year. The rest of it you could skate whenever you
I
wanted.
can tell based on how hard you shred this that
Yeah.
like you have not seen rain.
Yeah.
He's like,
I
yeah,
skated a few
like the last
times.
time I
There's-
saw rain was like 5 weeks ago.
There's like no holes in those pants either. Did you put on a freshie for that, or those things been like?
Those were like I just got those. I bought them
Okay.
off Morgan's brother.
he doesn't fall, dude.
Yeah, I was trying to get him. I was pumping you up, Chet, for like, no, I've had those for like 6 months. And I just haven't fallen.
Yeah.
Oh, switch.
Whoa.
That
smashing,
scared the
dude.
shit out of me. I'm not gonna
That
lie.
scared me too. Oh, back to regular. That's how scared you were.
Yeah.
That's still.
I like the little inside line though.
Was that
I
a
think that's
blind cut,
cool.
or could you see over the corner?
No, you can see everything.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Like I skated this a million times.
I'm
I
worried
wouldn't do
for
anything
you.
silly.
Yeah, things that people who skate a road a million times say is like, you can cut this corner. It's fine. You can see. I mean, I just assume you can see slightly higher than what the camera can see right now. So
Yeah,
you're like
yeah.
actually kind of peeking some
like
of
just
those.
barely over the brush.
Yeah, we're still just like going down all the way to the ocean.
And
more
this
or less.
probably isn't even the full one, because once you come out the bottom of this, you can still keep like
It's all.
Yeah,
you can hit that neighborhood.
You can
Yep,
also.
it's the neighborhood.
You can also.
That's in this.
You can also jam the 194 all the way down
Yeah,
In Nevada.
in Nevada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, this is, I mean, first off, Byron Essert board.
yeah.
Morgan, this is why you need a Byron Essert.
You need it. He looks so good on a Byron. Not that he's ever ridden one.
Morgan
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Byron?
Me.
No, Morgan.
Really?
Yeah.
You've never ridden one?
Yeah, he has.
I've
yeah,
ridden
I
Chet's.
just kind of
And it
giving
was
him
it
shit.
good?
Oh, he fucking.
So
he took Sender's full stand up his first time.
That doesn't say much.
I also took
Yeah.
SMR stand up first time on your board.
Yeah, true.
That was the run before.
Oh,
I fell.
yeah,
That was the
yeah,
run before
yep.
I fell.
Totally.
How bad?
No,
I ended up.
it was
like,
mellow.
Yeah,
We
but
finished the
I
run.
sent my board off of SMR though. Like you know how on the outside they have those like the dirt rollers on the outside, the mounds of the dirt.
Oh yeah, towards the
My
bottom.
board just shot 30, 50 feet into the air.
Your board just nitro circus.
It just chowed me. It was like, goodbye, sir.
You're talking about like one of those bottom lefties.
It was a bottom righty. Yeah.
Was it?
Danger?
It was danger.
It was danger right?
Yeah, it was
Okay,
danger
yeah.
right.
I was about to say like, where do you launch your?
Yeah, it was danger right.
Okay, so this is like, you've now skated about 4 minutes more than most people skate that run.
Yeah.
And then here's the extra bonus.
This is the.
This is like
This is a
this
first
like when
extra bonus.
This is like when you peel back your yogurt and then you lick the top. Like
Yeah.
that's the extra stuff that you're just getting right now. Because this most people don't come down this far.
No, yeah. And then, like, actually, you find another yogurt at the bottom once we get done with this little part.
Okay, this is some
It's like the cherry on top.
this is the sketchy.
This one's
yogurt.
actually pretty sketchy. Yeah.
I was about to say,
I
you're-
don't
you're
like
like-
this left.
You're committed. There's a lot of guardrails.
There's
and
a
the-
wall.
Yeah,
There's
that's a
on
wall.
the outside,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean, you could have 50.
And then there's just watch intersection stop sign. Goodbye.
Stop. I'll
I
stop.
looked both ways.
I'll stop twice tomorrow. It's a four way.
The two-way.
It's a 2-way stop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
But it's like in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in Nevada.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's
It's
definitely
only like in the middle of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
there are bicycles and driveways ever where he's like, it's in the middle of nowhere.
I
Like,
promise there's no one around.
yeah, okay. This is, dude, you were still riding,
Still
right?
riding.
And it's not easy. Like we were talking on one of our podcasts about how long the run is from the top of the Issaquah Highlands to the bottom. And like it's long, but there's maybe like 6 or 7 drifts that you have to do. And this is like there were like 6 or 7 drifts that you had to do in the first like minute of this
Yeah.
video. And you're
We're
still
still
going.
going.
This is pretty much an advertisement for why you need to ride snakes. And I
Yeah.
will throw Freewheel Co. under the bus right now, but you are walking if you're riding any of the wheels that we manufacture at this point. Like you were walking a long time ago.
Yep.
But you'd be thaning tough. Like you probably flat spotted, you probably be thaning, but like
Thing are cool, but riding to
on
the
the bottom,
skateboard is
yeah.
even cooler.
oh man.
You're just getting it, dude. It's like so. This is the section. Yeah, this is
This
that-
is the
This is the
that
bonus.
section that I was
This is
talking
that.
about.
This is the
little
bonus
bit of yogurt.
This is the bonus yogurt. Oh my goodness.
That was a good
That
joke
was
side.
that was a yeah.
the bonus yog.
Oh. Have you ever pinched your fingy doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big time.
This one right here, bop and bang.
Oh, dude,
Inside.
you got the inner mayo on that corner.
Yeah.
Didn't even see the mustard.
I don't know if you could tell, but I've skated this once or twice before this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you're telling me this isn't your first raw run?
No,
ever
it
on this
actually
road?
wasn't. I've skated it once or twice before this.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Whoa. Dude, it's still going. It's crazy that Nevada would pop out all the best skaters in the world with
Yeah,
runs like
right?
this around.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
got some of the
Northern
best.
Nevada Mountain Bombers.
Northern Nevada mountain bombers.
It's for sure an NNMB.
Northern Nevada mountain. NNMB.
NNMB.
Nimba.
Nimba.
Oh,
Just doing some Romans just because.
yeah. If this car was polite. Oh, never
Wow.
mind. That's
Yeah.
That's the boarding media logo. that we
Unknown
like so much.
fact, if you
Wow.
go down a little bit farther and take a right, there's a tangerine tree that Kevin will say might be the best in the game.
Ooh, I've heard otherwise. I've heard different tangerine trees.
Okay. I don't want to name any names, and we're not going to say anyone's name on this podcast. But have you ever been riding in that part of Nevada and
Yeah.
been riding with that dude?
Yeah.
And like done some
Yeah, oh yeah.
Borderline
some fruit
theft.
thievery.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely been like guided around. There was one time we like went up to that like gun range at the top and like blasted a couple like skeeters, and then
Yep.
like shot some skeet.
Yep.
Cruised on down, almost got hit by a fire truck, almost
So that's
smashed.
the road I lived on. The one that goes up to the gun range. That's where
Okay.
I was. And then Kevin was like, like a
'Cause
quarter mile away from
the
me.
like
Nice.
that because I mean we were there one time and we were skating Plain Caves, if you know where that is.
What? Is that in Nevada?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's that's
Yeah,
definitely Nevada.
that's in
Yeah.
Nevada. It
Yeah.
rolls into the top of Smyrna.
Smyrna.
But
Yeah.
Also in
I like to kill my wheels on a cave.
yeah, that's like we were skating that one time and first off, we just got done like doing the ECC, like
Yeah.
smashed that.
Oh, yeah.
And then came down and like dude, homie was gone. Homie was straight up like I saw him for 2 corners and it was just like deuces. Like I can't even see you anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I have to slide. All I know is that some dude riding snakes is so far in front of me that I have no idea. And he's like, by the way, they're 66 millimeters. And I was like, okay, like I'll just rethink everything I knew about
Yeah.
downhill skating.
Yeah.
And so we get to the top of that road and he's like, yo, homies, this one gets kind of tight. So you just want to, be on your games, guys. And like, just make sure to slide through the corners. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, dude, arguably one of the best in the game just told me like, yo, don't fucking fall.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. First corner we go into, there's like a fire truck. And you know how narrow that road is? There's like a
Oh,
fire
yeah.
truck on the side and a tow truck. And so like, yo, it's everything to the game plan is already gone. And he's like, you probably want to follow me into this because like, I'll show you where to slide. Like first corner I blow up in and then I'm trying to catch back up. And like, as we're going around this like lefty, like just like 50 bicycles are pedaling up the hill. And I was like, dude, this is way above my pay grade. And homie smashes it. Devin almost dies. Cole almost dies.
Yeah.
The man who will remain nameless, totally fine. He's just like, yeah, another day. Like,
Yeah.
here we are. I
Yeah.
got no foot stop.
Nevada's crazy.
Yeah. And so he rolls, and then we do Smur. He smashes that, and like he's like, "Oh, you got to keep going down. You got to keep going down." Like, and then like we see him stop on the side of the road, and I was like, "This isn't where most people stop."
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Yo," like blah 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 blah. And I see him like walking over, and he's just got he's got this like the t-shirt basket, and he's like,
Avocados or oranges?
Or a
Oh,
combo
it
of
was
both.
it was oranges because
Oh, okay.
we went back up to the top, and he made us fresh squeeze oranges,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
beat me at Smash Brothers.
Yeah. 'Cause
which
there's
was
also-
incredibly intimidating because I like
Yes.
put in some time on the Smash, and
yeah.
he just like, the man is a connoisseur. That was the
Yeah.
day he made me like the best cup of coffee.
Yep.
Took me trap shooting, slapped me around down all those hills, and then made me orange juice. It was just like he broke me down and then built me back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so kind.
He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet that'll beat you at almost everything.
He's really Surrey.
He's super sorry, guys.
Super Surrey.
I don't know. I really want to. I've
give
been
you it.
talking to him about a little bit of disc golf because,
Ooh.
Yeah, I played disc golf with him the last time I was down there.
Yeah.
and is he good?
I mean, he was just
He's
getting,
been getting
he's just
better.
been getting he's
yeah,
got his,
he's-
over his
yeah.
knee.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was in the process of making his way. I also started playing with Brian Peck.
There you go.
Whoa, that's a
That
name drop.
That name hasn't been
Name
seen
drop.
in a while.
Brian Peck. Just to be
B.
clear,
Peck.
this is like the old. When I was riding for Paris, Brian Peck was the team manager.
So B Peck now lives in Nevada, down in SB.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, he's down there. He's playing. He's living life, dude. It's great to see
Van
him.
life.
It's
He's
great.
got a little enduro.
It's
and
great to
shit.
see him
Yeah.
out and about and doing the things that he wants to do.
Okay,
Yeah,
but he's
yeah. He was one of the OGs. Like,
when you were playing Kevin though, when it comes to disc
oh,
golf,
he's good. Yeah.
did you beat him? Was it
did.
like you did?
Yeah. I mean,
No, I mean I'm still better than
I try and play every day for sure, and Brian only was able to play whenever Kevin really was. But since Kevin's been on his recovery from his knee surgery, he hasn't really been able to play much.
Yeah.
So
And he's like forehand heavy.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah, only
yeah, they're
pretty much.
both very forehand heavy.
triggers.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
But like I
they got
assume,
those finger guns.
yeah, dude, snapping fat forehands is definitely admirable. I think. Did you also hear that he was potentially going to throw in a little 9-hole at the old?
At the old
Tepe
Tepe and Baca.
Yeah,
I
dude.
did see that.
When he said that, I was just like, "Yo, like, I don't care if that event sells out. Like, you bump someone I will come down."
May or may not have told him I have some baskets for him. So
he hit me up. He's
Oh,
like,
I
"You have
have a
any
basket,
He's like,
actually.
"Okay." So I was wondering who he was talking about because he's like, "Yo, I was wondering like, blah, 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 if you're coming down to this event, maybe
Yeah.
you'd like bring a basket." I was like, "Buddy, obviously." And he's like, "Okay." I talked to some other people and they said they'd bring baskets, and I was like, "I wonder who it was." But it makes sense that it's you guys.
I've got
Yeah.
2 of them.
Yeah.
You've got two.
I got
got
one.
two.
Yeah.
You've seen mine in the back.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a nice one. that
yeah.
thing is.
Dude, I've got a Nova disc catcher. I've got one of those ones that's got the yellow band and everything. The good
Yeah.
ones.
I mean, dude, mine's flawless. Shout out Mando's Disc Golf Store, 502 East Main Street in Auburn. Got a plug. It's not really a sponsor, but I like to support my fellow businesses.
Still a
that are,
plug.
Still, that's a stern plug. What's okay? So, disc golf aside, because we could probably
Hours.
hours,
Yep.
hours. When you were living in Seattle,
Yeah.
was that a tough adjustment for you?
For sure. I mean, like, I was going from living in Northern California where it was sunshine and a little bit of rain here and there to I was having 7 months straight of rain. Like,
Yeah, Washington's rough sometimes.
Like I was living in concrete, working 55 hours a week. Basically, I was a little too naive to be able to speak my mind and do the things that I wanted to do. But it was a great stepping stone for me. Yeah,
it was nice to like.
it was a nice spot, and it was like a lot of lessons learned in a very short period of time. It was well worth doing it for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Seattle's is just so polar opposite to what I was used to. Like I went from not really living around people to living around nothing but people. Just
Oh
having,
yeah.
like,
Well, and you moved from a town where you literally like
4,000 people to
when we were
Seattle.
walking around like Mount Shasta,
Yeah.
like we'd walk into a coffee shop and people would like immediately know who you are and be like, "Oh, and these are got to be your longboarding
Yeah.
friends." And it's just like, dude, we've been here 5 minutes. How does everyone know? Be like, "Oh, I told this one dude a week
Yeah.
ago," and so now everybody in the town knows.
And now, like in Seattle up here, you know, you walk in one place and the chances of you seeing someone that you know is like little 0 to none.
0 to none, especially when you like just move here.
Yeah, especially when you just move here and you're like not, you know, you're not from around here and you have just moved to the area to pick up a new job and move into a new house. So
Yeah,
it was definitely the experience, but
it was rough. At some point,
sure.
it'd be nice to get you up here for like a week and a half. We can go skiing and snowboard and do that because
Ooh.
that was the one thing that you were here for the shitty part, and then you didn't get the snowboarding
Yeah,
part,
exactly. Which probably would have saved me. Realistically, it probably would have saved me.
In hindsight, being 2020, it's tough when you have a girlfriend that doesn't live in the same state as you.
Yeah.
Like that makes life
For
hard.
sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm happy with where
Yeah,
you're at
without a
now.
doubt.
And I mean, I felt a lot of that when I first moved down to Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Like when I first moved down, I didn't really like even know what job I was going to take. I ended up getting like a cool job at like a sweet restaurant down there. But like I just moved down to Isla Vista, which is like the college town around UCSB, which is just a wild place. Like just out of control. Like I remember being there on Halloween and seeing like, you know, like 5,000 people on the street, just like out drinking, girls
Yeah.
in bikinis and whatnot.
That's
And like
Two
coming-
very different moving away from
Different,
homes for
very
high school
different,
after
yeah.
high school.
Yeah.
Morgan moved into a skate house in Washington and immediately developed seasonal affective disorder.
For sure.
And Chet moved down to SB and just like,
For sure.
I mean, very
was
different.
overwhelmed with like
Stimulus.
Yeah.
Tons of stimulus.
Yeah, that's challenging.
It was like a lot of stimulus and the lack of stimulus.
yeah.
Two opposites, but
But yeah,
definitely
getting adjusted to those things and the different places.
there's no way though I would trade those experiences that I gained through that time for anything, for sure. I mean, it makes you who you are. It's cool.
Yeah, bad experiences are still
For
experiences.
sure.
Yeah, there's definitely some like hard moments of just like, especially moving. Like I'm very fortunate that I haven't moved out of Seattle.
Yeah.
Since like I live, 30 minutes away from where I graduated high school, but I don't see anybody that like I see very, very few people that I went to high school with just because Seattle's so massive. And like when you guys are in northern, like in Mount Shasta, you guys probably still see people that like,
Oh, you go to the like one bar in town and it's just like high school reunion
Yeah.
every night. It's wild.
Every Friday night it's a high school reunion.
Yeah.
It's rad though. Like
Yeah.
it's cool because
Sometimes.
you get to see. Oh, for sure. You gotta give and take for sure. But you get to see all of the people that you've been around with your entire life, pretty much in one spot, which is really cool.
So we were talking favorite events before.
Yeah.
You were gonna say Giant's Head.
Yep.
What are you gonna say, Chet?
Since I still haven't been to Giant's Head, I think I think I have to go with a tie between Tepe and SMR. Like,
Really, a tie.
yeah, like
SMR. I'm gonna say Tepe automatically wins based on the fact that Tepe has camping at the bottom.
yeah,
For
and
the
it's gonna happen
experience.
again.
And it's gonna happen again. Yeah, SMR.
That was a one time.
Oh man, we gotta give a. I mean, this is almost like pretty much like a apologizing and supporting Pal Peralta podcast. It's like, they should make more wheels, but man, Bones and Red sell really well.
Yeah.
And also like Kevin laid on the fucking grenade for us to make SMR happen. Like during that
did
event, I
everything.
like went up to him
Yeah.
at one point. I was like in a good mood. I was like, "Hey man, like how's it going?" And he just looked at me. He's like, "Dude, neighbors don't like me. Like
Yeah.
nobody around here is stoked. Everybody hates me. It's super stressful. I'm probably not gonna get a run." And I was just like, "Dude, what can I do to make you get a run?" And he's like, "Buddy, I don't need one. Like this is what I'm doing right now." And I was just like, what a hero. What a huge sacrifice. He put in all that to close a road that I do not believe he got to skate.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Which, I mean, I would be pretty bummed if I did that. But
Sure.
I mean, he's probably skated that road a couple times.
We lived at the top.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
In
so-
Nevada.
So that one, I mean, that event I thought was super awesome. There's a couple things that I wish I could have changed about it. For example, the 4 at a time K-Go, super intimidating.
Hey, it
Like,
made a great meme afterwards.
it was a great meme. I mean,
Yeah,
Kevin catches
quality.
some shit. It's tough to be the best, you know. It's tough to be that good for so long and make the best wheels ever. And then it's also like, I just remember being like at the event and like looking around and be like, yeah, there's a high likelihood I'm the worst person here. Like skating down the road and like just getting passed by everybody on anything, like getting passed by dudes on like street decks. Like,
Coming around the back though, that was wild.
explain. I don't know what you're talking about.
Going up the highway.
Up the highway, so it's not like closing the road down.
When you're on the bus and you're cruising back up the road, like I would say that
you
was
have
some
a
of
window down.
some of my best moments from that was just like hanging out, because every time you get on the actual
different-
school
not
bus,
the
It's a
U-Haul,
different group of people.
Not the U-Haul.
not the U-Haul. When you get on the bus,
different group of
There's
people.
airflow. There's a
Yeah.
different group of
Yeah.
people. Everyone's like talking, but there's also very little talk about like the run that was just had. It was a lot of talk about like just, oh man, what are you up to? Like I remember having a great conversation with like, I believe Louis Poloni and Ross, and then I had a super cool conversation with Chubbs.
Yeah.
And then like the next ride up, I got to like ride with Levi, and it was just one of
Yeah.
these like,
It's like
Every time.
Yeah, every
There's
run
someone
you're
else.
trading off
Yeah.
with a new person. You're sharing not just your story about the run, but like what's going on in your life. You're kind of it's a
and you're sitting comfortably.
yeah, it's a moment to catch up with the moment in your life right then. You know, your past like few months or weeks or whatever.
That was great.
And
was
you're not
so good.
sitting in the back of the stuffiest U-Haul.
Yeah, that was one of the
full
things.
airflow.
That was one of the things when I was talking about. I mean, Motion Boardshop at one point will be throwing an event, and I can't say much more than that because otherwise people would expect it. But
Yeah.
the event that we threw, someone was like, "Oh, and what are you going to do for uphill transportation?" I was like, "Buses." And they're like, "What about U-Hauls?" Be like, "Dude, I'm 30 years old. If I throw an event and there's a U-Haul that takes you back uphill, like I've failed. Like I want to have a bus. Like
Comfort.
I refuse." To throw an event where it's not like, yo, you're sitting in a seat. Like if you have to sit down in the back of a U-Haul, like I've failed the people who have showed up, because at this point, like, man, I think that they're worth it. Like it really, I've been hurt going up the back of a hill in a U-Haul, and like you have to
sure.
slam on the brakes and like you
Yeah.
get jostled around and like you trip on someone's board or whatever the case may be. But like that event with the buses going uphill, just like to me really was like,
Solidified.
it took the uphill part and made it less stressful,
Yeah.
because there's so
Yeah.
many times like you're hanging on to the U-Haul and like you're getting bounced around and you're just like, this is super nerve
You
wracking.
feel like you can't breathe sometimes.
Yeah.
It's so like hot.
Yeah,
and
Giant's Head
musty.
has that a
Yeah.
lot for me, of like clinging to the U-Haul.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, this is
Hoping a breeze comes through.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Always fighting for one of those tailgate spots.
yeah. Or if you really want to do it, this is, I mean, I've been very fortunate. I've contributed a lot to the Maryhill. I did a lot of the hay for a long period of time, and so I was always one to either get a back spot or would be able to get in the front.
The passenger seat.
Passenger seat.
Oh man.
And Giant's Head was one of those events where I had no clout because I didn't do anything there. And so my goal was and this is, I'm sorry if you guys were ever wondering, like, damn, Nate, how'd you get in the front seat of the U-Haul every run? It's because I slipped them money. I would just show up and like be like, yo, $20, get out of that seat, it's mine. And they'd like show me a skater at Giant's Head that's not going to take a 20 from me right then. Like that's an expensive
Yeah.
run, but like I'm not sitting in the back. My legs aren't getting cramped.
At Tepe, I would just roll a wood and then be like, Kevin.
No,
Like,
didn't
I'm
happen.
sitting
I'm
next
not,
to you.
I'm not saying this. This didn't happen. That didn't happen.
I mean, of course it did. You weren't there.
I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. Yeah, that's one of those events that's super cool. And I think the fact that you can camp at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it
very
really
community,
is. Yeah.
very much the community.
Yeah.
That's why Giants Head's super
Yeah.
cool, because you have that community. The other one, Sun Peaks, that is an event that
That's really cool.
because it's in a town up in the mountains. So everyone either camps there or like you get an Airbnb. Also, some of the runs or some of the rooms overlook the run. So you can like
Oh,
rent
that's
a
sick.
room
Yeah.
and
You
You
like,
can you can watch people skate the run throughout the day, or you do the gravity carts throughout the day while you're just like getting lunch. Or, you know.
yeah. And the cool thing about that event is you can see every corner from the lift that
Yeah.
takes you back up to the top. So
That's
you
sick.
see everything and you're all there, and it's so slow that you're just like, you see people crash and you're just like, oh, like everyone was a part of it. And that's super fun. And the time trial there is really crazy because the fastest way to win is to not slide the last corner, but to just cut the last corner off and just jump over the tires at the end. So like I think Troy or somebody broke their finger trying to jump the.
If I remember correctly, his name was Sean.
Oh yeah, Sean. Oh,
Yep.
Yep. You know who I'm talking
You
about.
know
He rides.
exactly
He
who I'm
rides
talking
the
about.
the drop deck from
R5.
Yeah, either the R5 or the rotor.
Yep.
That thing was super cool. Not Sean Ewing. Everybody who is from Canada knows exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
He's the best skater you've never heard of. He got the like in a Skate Slate magazine. He got the back page. I want to say as like one of like the shout outs. Yeah, but
Yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
yeah, that dude rips. He was one of the people I saw do a glove down 360 at Sun Peaks
Yep.
in that 4 foot wide thing and like ride out, and he did it in a timed run too, and like had a great time doing a glove down 360. I was like,
Yeah.
never gonna be that good.
Only if Nate could make it down without falling.
Whoa! First off, you were there the first year I was there. My first run, I made it top to bottom.
I bet the Marshall at the top money and I made it.
Well, you're better than me. You were also doing it in a cow onesie.
I was also doing it in Callancy.
Yeah, that was pretty lit. You were doing it on my board. You
I
like
was
literally
all-
went into the back and you're like, "Yo, Nate, do you mind if I skate this?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, go for it. Just don't ruin the wheels." And then like 3 hours later, you came back and like your back wheel was hammered cord, and all the other wheels were still fresh. And I was like, "You didn't want to rotate?" And you're like, "No time!" And just like grabbed another one of my boards and went back up the hill. I was like, like everything's gonna have one wheel cord. Like, no.
Yeah.
Great time.
Yeah. That was also the time that I tried to butt focus the most waterlogged board I've ever seen in my life. And I just bounced off it like a springboard.
Like it was a Flex 3 Vanguard from
it-
Loaded.
It was, dude, it was bad. It's all on Instagram if you want to check it out. It's literally just like I bounce and I just fly up the same amount that I landed. Like it was bad.
Dude, you're gonna scroll down forever. Morgan's got 1 billion posts.
You're not going to want to look for it. No.
We've done this before.
No. Yo, so
What's up?
I was about to ask, when you broke your collarbone, do you have screws and plates in it?
No. So I just have this big.
You got a big old
You
lump?
can't see it. I have this like massive lump.
Nasty.
Like it, I call it my climbing hold. But
Yeah, that's your
yeah,
climbing
Nate's got his plates and his.
hold. Yeah, you would like it. Dude, that
Yeah.
Yeah. Chet, what's your worst injury? Longboarding or snowboarding?
It's probably a close tie. I compressed 3 vertebrae snowboarding over shooting a jump one time and like couldn't walk right for like a month. And then I dislocated my little toe, like fully like took it like out.
Longboarding?
Yep.
You
Yeah.
dislocated your little toe.
Yeah, it was wild.
That
yeah.
does not sound fun.
But, I mean, at least it's your little toe. And
Yeah, it was fully like out of place, and then I was just like straight on adrenaline, just like put it back in.
Yeah.
Oh, pass.
Yeah, I had to do it.
Doesn't sound good.
Nope.
No.
Doesn't sound good at all.
No.
I tried to take a step, and I was like, "There's something wrong with my foot."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of bad stuff, I saw what's his name break his leg at SMR. Dude on the luge, Ryan Farmer's brother.
Oh yeah.
I was in that corner, saw it go down, went over to help him, and just like immediately he like tried to walk it off. And I was like, "Yo, homie, your ankle's 90 degrees." And I saw him put weight on it, and I was like, "Ooh,"
That
like,
does not.
yeah, I
that's-
seen that one. I saw Bradley do his thing. That was pretty intimidating. That 50-mile-an-hour crash into a guardrail.
Yeah.
That was a no-no.
Yeah. Yeah. Crashing on a skateboard, pavement's never forgiving.
No.
So, I mean, I'm going to advise you not to crash.
Speaking of crashing, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but Simon Sneathan.
Oh,
I have.
Brass.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Name an event he's gone to. He's crashed. Like he's got.
I mean,
2 bad ones. He's got Soldiers of Downhill,
Yeah, those ones.
Assassinated.
I mean, but one of the worst of the non-leathered crashes has to be the Braff's. The picture of him,
Like literally upside down, like he just got power bombed.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, no, it's not good. Like
Yeah,
Simon.
the worst part about that is that it was like expertly captured on photo.
yeah,
Yeah,
So like
Dubler.
he's just like
Dubler's at the bottom of the chute, just like photoing everything
There it is.
happening. Yeah,
Yep.
and you just have You just have Simon just like coming down and then just slapping.
We're talking about like right about here.
At about
right there. Yeah.
65 miles an hour. With an entire crew behind him.
Where is that on the road?
This is this is called full throttle. This is like the 65-mile-an-hour section before the actual like drifts and stuff start.
Okay, because you got a raw run down this as well.
Yeah,
that we're probably gonna.
So I have a raw run down from the first intermission.
Oh yeah, there's another one. Click on the one where he's at. I want to say that's Decker.
That's Decker.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I love Simon. He's from the Northwest, but like, yeah, his shirt slammed that. Like, he was like, "Yeah, dude, it's a car thing." I was like, "No, dude, it's a body thing. You put that thing on the ground every skate event you go to."
Like,
and
actually, though,
yeah, he talks about like
there's another
one of him crashing. For everybody at home, Morgan literally just dropped the mic.
Mic drop.
Yeah, he's super fast. But oh man, I also watched. There's another one of him crashing. This is the best. So he, I watched him break. Yeah, go down one. That video where they're throwing boards down Issaquah Highlands. Up. Yeah, there. I watched him snap or like super bend his kingpin on his board. I think this may even be the video. But like they're kicking their boards down this stair set, and like his board landed straight on his rogue kingpin and bent it out of position and dang near pulled the pivot out of the base plate.
Wow.
It was so bad. Yeah, this is one of those things that we like try to get people to do. Like, yo, kick your board down the stairs and look at the distance. He got his to the bottom. That's the real goal is
I
to
remember trying to send my mini sugar down that.
yeah
Every single time I went there.
every
Single time.
Yep.
That was like what you did as a sponsored rider.
Oh, there's another Simon crash.
Oh, Simon crashing. What else is new? Oh, Simon and big dumpers, of course.
That's the one spot on Mercer Island. Yeah, he just smashes. Like he's just really, really fast and he's very committed. And he is just like, he's just crashed. Unfortunately, when he crashes, oh, there's the one from upper right hand, up one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is where he doesn't crash. Never mind. You're telling me Simon went to Soldiers of Downhill and got a clip where he didn't explode into the side?
Wow.
Yeah, dude's fast, super duper scary to have him behind you because you just know like he gonna be coming in guns hot.
Yeah.
There we go. That's him with. Yeah. Shout out to the man. He's a really nice kid. The fact that when you found out he was on Venom, I was like, aren't you like a little too like nice to be on Venom? Like, he's like, no. Like, look at, for example, the kitty in his stroller. That photo right there, like that sums up Simon. Like Simon loves kitties. Like he loves cats, he loves animals. I believe he's got a super cool dog, or at least he did when I met him. And
Simon is your closest relative to Bubbles you could find.
Trailer Park Boys Bubbles,
Trailer Park Boys Bubbles.
just like Sweet. Okay, yeah, I can dig it.
Sweet and all about cats.
He's a good kitty.
He's a good kitty.
So, show me that raw run of Morgan.
All right, let's get to that raw dog run.
Good clarification. We needed.
Thanks for the run.
I see a Killjoy in the background. That's right. Well done, Kyle. Oh, I've never been to this road, but it looks.
So this is the
It's kind of slow, right?
This is the lower section.
What?
This is the lower part. This is from second intermission down.
Second intermission.
Yeah. So there's 3 intermissions technically. I guess it would be 2. But
What state is this not in?
this is not in Utah.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Wyoming?
It could be in Wyoming. Idaho.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Northern Idaho.
Northern Idaho.
So we've got this road for everyone that's wondering. This road's completely closed down. We've got a car at the bottom. I've got a walkie-talkie on me.
Is that the blue thing in your
That's
back
that
pocket?
blue thing in my back pocket.
I thought that was just like your Game Boy.
I tend to carry that with me too, just in case I want to play some Smash Bros in the middle.
For the ride back uphill, he's just got the Game Boy on him at all. Whoa, dude, that is unsafe.
Yeah, so this is probably 60.
Here's that corner that Tyler blew it on. I mean, he didn't. Yeah. Whoa. Wow.
That's how you take a corner.
double grab, really grab.
Double grab, early grab. That's what's up.
Dude, that's called. There are a lot of cracks on this road.
There's a whole lot of cracks. Just watch. Just wait.
Are they noticeable?
Oh yeah. You'll see here.
Whoa,
That was cool.
homie.
Squatty.
Wow.
Mags.
Magnums.
Wow.
124. Sorry, these are 114 millimeter trucks. 114 mils.
180.
Yeah, I'll take a little bit of no, thank you.
Arrow lid. So like this is what we call this the bush corner. You got the 3 bushes coming in.
The bush.
There's one on the outside, there's one on the inside, and there's one on the exit of the outside. I missed the outside one, hit that inside one, and missed that outside one. But they're there.
Is this that like super?
This is called Wall Street.
This is that corner that Dylan Hepworth has that big ass toe
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is me hopping and tuck in between.
That's low. That's a low angle scooter, right there. That's something that
So-
I've always noticed is you can just like hang that like 5-degree banger through corners at speed, and that is not my strong suit.
Yeah, I definitely will try and find the fastest top to bottom run as I possibly can. For
All right,
sure.
Kyle, I have one more for you. Look up S1 Chet Bolstridge.
How fast is it, Chet?
It's pretty fast.
You gotta
Fish rock.
you gotta see the top section first.
You have a top section there as well.
Yeah, that next link on the left.
Wait.
We
Let's-
could watch that one first.
Yeah, I want to see. Show me the. Is it there? Is this the top? I don't know.
Should be.
That's the ring of death, Kyle. What'd you do?
Dun dun dun.
Oh,
Oh,
No,
that's the same.
that's the same section.
An error occurred. Wait, click on that. Maybe there's another video. Remember, if you'd like, please send all of your good stuff to podcast@Motion Boardshop,
We'll watch it.
and we'll watch it.
We'll
Send
judge
us.
it.
We're gonna give away one of every freewheel to whoever sends us the best crash, and then we're gonna vote on it
then ask Nate to sponsor you.
via Instagram. My Instagram is Chetabomb NCMB.
It's a good self plug right
Yeah.
there.
If you'd like to get sponsored by Freewheel Co., Chetabomb NCMB is what you're looking for.
We respond within 2 to 3 days.
We observe. Is this the right one?
So this is gonna be from the top.
Does this have the spot where Simon Beefs it in?
No,
Is that above us?
Yeah, it's above us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the like spooky part where you go like whipping
This
through
is
like
the-
those couple corners, and
Yep.
you have the lefty and then the
You go into
righty.
super dropty waterfall.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
You've been
you're-
on your board for about 4 seconds now. You're going 1,000 miles an hour. Shirt flapping, board super small.
Camera shaking.
Yeah, shaking. Okay. Spooky. Spooky. Oh, that's
Flat.
low.
That is
That
so
whoa! That was a quick transition from toe to heel.
And just a small little heel. And just then you're
It
just
looks like you were out of position on that toe to get around that corner.
I
Like
think
you-
so. I
Yeah.
slid a little too wide.
Oh, one-handed.
Oh yeah.
Hit the dippy
Hit that dip, dude.
boy. Wow.
We'll give
you
it to him.
left. You left no room for
And then,
Jesus
and
on
then
that
I
corner.
had to hang up the pendy because we're coming in hot with a pendy. I don't think I actually do a pendy though.
Wait, why is there a penny on this road?
Because of that.
Whoa.
Boom.
What?
Oh my god.
What?
That right there are the cracks that are down that road.
That's
Okay, go back. I want to see more of this.
not correct.
Oh, and then you get the
And then I got the car bump
the
to
car
finish her off.
the car boom.
As some would
No, go back to the top. I want to see him schmang that couple corners that were dangerous. Yeah. Yeah, I think you slide a little late because like your angle looks deeper than it needed to be.
I'm a little bit deeper than I wanted to be for sure going to this next
like
lefty.
right-
I
like
should have
right
been sliding
there.
right there. And I slid-
Because like you're backwards, you're like ass is pointed at that
Yeah,
second
you're like
apex.
backing it up.
But I mean, you make it look like it wasn't a big deal. But like knowing how you skate, I'm just like, man, you're lucky you're so good at skating that wouldn't ruin your entire week.
Back to the whole thing about me and Nate understanding what's going through
What's-
Morgan's mind
what
while
good-
he's skating.
what good
like,
longboarding
I
looks
fucked
like.
that up.
I don't
Yeah.
even know what's going through my mind when I'm skateboarding down these hills.
He's just like, I've got a $600 arrow lid on, and I'm wearing boxers I got for Christmas. Wee. Okay, so
And then there's just like this.
this is it's like a drop.
It's like an 8-inch drop, and then like another 10, probably a little bit bigger 10-inch rise. Like it's like a solid like 5-inch drop to the next pavement, and then it goes up again another like 8 inches after that.
What the front door?
Yeah, like there's a full on landslide about to happen on this road, but we keep skating it until it happens.
Only Judy can judge, baby.
Only Judy can judge.
Oh, and then you get car bumped into.
The end.
That's the end.
Yeah.
So this is like what, another intermission is what you'd call it.
This is yeah. Those cracks, dude.
That is.
Yeah, so this is that intermission that we pretty much call this
there's
this is the
Dangle.
second intermission. So that's Dangle. That's Dangle and Micah. Micah's a local to the hill. They're just in that area, and then Dangle is just one of my boys that we had out there during that time. It was a good time.
It's Daniel Engel and Micah. What's
Micah
it?
Green.
Micah Green.
Yeah, Micah Green, the OG Sector 9 rider. That kid slaying.
Isn't he older than you?
He is. Much older than me.
He's a kid though.
He's still a kid. I'm still I'm a kid.
I'm just a chillin'.
And you?
Dude, I don't skate anymore.
You're
I
a
just
dad.
shuttle uphill, which I guess makes me a dad.
You're a dad.
I'm down for that.
He's already here. I mean, he had the grav bod 5 years ago. So
The grav bod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I
Shout out dad bods.
yeah. You better watch out.
what am I watching out for? You passing me? There's no worry about that.
I was about to say, there's, you know what I've got on my side that you don't have on your side as far as
Age?
age. I know when to hold them and when to fold them.
I'll just full send him.
All right, Kenny Rogers.
Yeah. How'd that work out for you at Newton's? Oof.
I got nothing. I was trying to find something, but I got nothing from that.
Yeah. No, it's like, who is it? Garrett Bellinger and I
Yeah.
have raced down Slug Wars like probably 7 or 8 times, and I've beaten him every time.
Yeah.
And it's one of those like, I've never beaten him because I'm better than him. I just beat him because I don't crash.
Yeah.
Like I like goad him into like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to grip this corner, and he like tries it and washes off the road, and it's just like, meow.
Bye, sir.
Yeah, it's just there's something to be said for not falling off your board. So that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And then what were we supposed to look up? S1 Chet?
Oh yeah, yeah. So Coastal Cruisin' Part 1.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
There's this one clip I need to show you.
So what are your sponsors like right now, Morgan? I mean, Chet's got that swing and bang and PPDH, but
I'm riding that Descent sponsorship right now. Riding for the boys out from Colorado. Other than that, I have been riding for Ronin trucks for the last couple years. Just trying to race and keep up as much media as I possibly can. But other than that, I
I mean, you've been posting a ton right now. So
have.
I've been
Yeah, I've been posting a lot because I have a lot of media to post out there, and I've been doing a decent amount of trips and going on a decent amount of film trips specifically, and just getting in a lot of media to be able to post and keep my current sponsors happy, potentially draw some attention from some new sponsors, and yeah. But yeah, just right now, just Descent and Ronin trucks.
who'd be your ideal sponsor?
Probably an outdoor clothing company. Someone that's willing to help expand the downhill skateboarding or just longboarding in general.
You like Patagonia?
Yeah,
Patagonia.
someone like
Ideal situation, Patagonia.
like Patagonia. Yeah, realistically, anyone in the outdoors clothing world, because the fact that we live such rugged lives, we camp a lot. So it's like a majority of it's camping and being rugged and being outdoors. abrasion resistant pants and stuff like that. That'd be really rad.
Vans all day. I want that snowboarding boot plug.
Vans.
I'm not going to
snowboarding
say
boots.
anything, but
We just
choosing the Vans plug to get snowboarding boots
what?
is like
We were talking
choosing
about Arbor
is
earlier.
like that's the equivalent of choosing McDonald's for a napkin sponsorship.
no, but
like
I
Vans
skate
has
only in Vans. Like, to be honest.
Oh
So,
my God.
Yeah.
He likes
You,
that.
you guys
waffle
can judge
tread.
me or whatever, but like high top Vans, like
Oh, I
These
guess
are
that's a
all
good
leather?
pattern. That's a
Yeah.
good pattern.
Yeah.
So the other pattern they have, that like classic waffle pattern or whatever, like that thing is that's a no for downhill skating. That thing lasts like 3 turns and then you just like hit smoke
Yeah.
through it.
but board feel, dog.
Yo,
Who needs board feel?
Sambas board feel. Board feel. I'm also
Foot brake soles.
I'm also not
Who
saying
needs
this.
board feel?
Yeah. Oh,
Do you want
do you run
ankles?
foot brake soles?
I ride foot brake soles.
Dude, what? Okay, I gotta ask. How does that work? Because like you lose a lot of board feel with a foot brake sole on.
So realistically, I wear my shoes down to where there's little like I wear my shoes down to where there's no tread, almost, and then I'll foot brake a sole on top of that, and then we'll go from there.
But like you lose a lot of feel with the foot brake sole.
You lose a solid 75 to 80% for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So when you're like stand up sliding on that baby board, are you like
going based.
That's
off
why
of,
it's a wedge.
going.
it
Based
doesn't
off
matter.
of the feeling of the wheels. Yeah.
Wedge and a big old foot stop.
What do you mean, dude? Like, okay, so other than this Braff's run that you just saw, a majority of the media that I've been posting over the last few weeks has no torque block in it.
Okay.
So my back foot's
Still a big old foot stop.
just you just
as a bird,
vibing? Your back
my
foot is
back
just
foot is trying to vibe off the board.
no. We were talking about this before the podcast about like,
Yeah.
dude, your back foot is really
It's
far
it's
back on that board,
dangerously close to the edge. Yeah.
and you have no board feel because you're running a foot brake sole. Which foot brake soles are you running?
I'm riding some free brake soles right now.
Okay, shout out Chase Hiller.
Shout out Chase Hiller.
Little
Shout
chaser.
out free brake soles and yeah.
Dude, that's the spookiest stuff to me is seeing you guys with foot braking soles on, like Samba, not a brand new Samba. You got to wear that thing around for like 3 weeks to get it all broken and get the leather nice and flushed, and then you got to do the thing where you have your shoe and you kick your board one way and you drag your foot on the corner back against the other side so that you wear the corners of your shoe down so that it has like that nice twisting
Even.
ability.
Yeah, so it's not so rigid.
So it doesn't have that hard like edge to it. Yeah. Yeah, that's an important one. But to see foot braking soles on, because like I've never seen a foot braking sole on a shoe that's like, oh wow, that was expertly put on. It's always like, did you hack this with a dull spoon after like super gluing it onto your shoe? You're like, that's exactly how I got this
You're
here.
like, what do you mean? That's not how you do it?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. The other one is like ghetto at the hill wheel lathing with like some jacked up car.
Dude,
No.
you get a jacked up car, a jacked up
No,
motorbike,
don't
and you
do
just
that.
throw a skateboard underneath, and you just get a utility knife and just start cutting lines in your
A
wheels.
knife that close to a tire is not ideal.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like you're also not gonna just skate down the hill with no rain wheels.
Is it illegal to bring rain wheels on the plane? They're like, you can bring as many freshies, but no rain wheels when you come to Australia.
No, but
Hard
you know,
things are
you
outlawed.
know when you bring rain wheels, it's gonna rain for sure. So you just don't bring rain wheels. So you hope it's not gonna rain.
That is the dumbest logic ever. That's
What
like,
do you mean? You show up if you don't have rain wheels, you make them.
Is that like taking last run?
no, that's like asking for a van sponsorship for the snowboard boots.
That's almost identical to the
Yeah.
van sponsorship.
Why don't you just bring rain wheels? Like, are Harfang rain wheels better than like the ones you can cut on the hill?
Depending on which ones you're using, and
You're-
depending on which cut you're using, and depending on
Because
how
they
much
got
water's on the
five.
road.
Yeah, they got 5 different cuts.
Yeah, it's based on realistically, it's based on the amount of water that's on the road.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So have you ever been at a race, not had rain wheels, and you're just like, oh man, I got to cut some of these biscuits tonight.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
How much of a panic is that?
Specifically being at Killington in 2019, I had no rain wheels with me, and we had to go cut rain wheels. And luckily, we had a car we could use, but we had no jack. So we had to find a jack we could use so we could jack it up at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, the night before the race day. so we could get rain wheels.
Did you get her done?
We got her done, dude. We got 2 sets of rain wheels, and we made it to quarterfinals, and then, crashed myself out.
Why'd you do that?
The hay bales look really nice and really comfortable.
Yeah.
If you ain't first, you're last, homie.
Yeah. I tried to be first, and I definitely ended up last.
Who'd you try and pass?
I can't say it.
Say it.
Emily Pross.
Oh,
Emily.
that's a tough one.
I was so far out in front of her and going into the last left, and then went into the last left and crashed, and then she passed me, and I was bummed, but
Wow.
that's the way she goes.
I mean, yeah, there's something to be said for staying on your board when it comes to winning a race.
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn, I applaud everyone that can stay on their skateboard in a rain race from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Without falling.
Impressive.
Yeah.
And take good lines while dealing with everyone else.
Yeah.
I applaud.
So you got bounced out of, what was that, quarterfinals?
I got bounced out of quarterfinals, but that was my last time I had to
To manufacture rain wheels.
manufacture some rain wheels in last minute for sure.
Yeah. I've got a lathe in the back, and people are always like, "Oh yeah, I really want you to make me some rain wheels." I'm just like, "That sounds cool." I'm like, "So you're gonna do it?" But like, no, sorry.
Yeah.
I use that to stone grind.
It's a huge mess too. It's like urethane everywhere.
And when you do them for other people, it's always like, "Oh, I kind of expected these to be better," and you're like, "Homie, I am cutting this with a drywall saw."
Yeah, you're like, you should not expect this to be as good as you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, like Harfang charges $110. I charge 10. There's gonna be a difference in the quality. You just need to know that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, rain wheels. What a
thing.
what a thing. Levi Green was the first person that ever made me rain wheels, and they were decent. He showed me how to do it, and then I have taken his practice
There you
and
go.
done it for many a customer of Motion Boardshop.
Ayo.
Yeah, definitely. If you need passable rain wheels, they're okay.
Yeah.
They have grooves in them.
Hey, as long as they won't make you hydroplane, that's all that matters.
Yeah, pretty much.
One more
There you
great.
go.
Speaking of hydroplaning, show me another video of some yahoo skating in the sun and the warmth. Is this you, Chet?
Yeah. Northern Nevada.
Full cut.
Mountain bombing.
Northern Nevada, known for its coasts.
Yeah.
Did you know that more boats are registered in Nevada than in Hawaii?
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Is it because of the taxes?
It's just really hard to get a boat in Hawaii. It's really hard to
Ooh, whoa.
whoa, dragon skins?
Yep.
This road looks familiar.
It's nope. No one's ever skated it. I'm the first one.
Yeah, this is one of
Yeah,
his.
this is Mendo.
No, this is one of his local roads near Mendocino.
Yeah. It's this crazy neighborhood that's all slurry seal. Every house is built the same. Look at the little driveway I get.
That was sick. That was dope.
Skeptical.
Massive squat slide into driveway slash.
Oh, what? 180 to switchy? Whatever. What a flex. You just put this video up. You're like, I know these guys can't switch check. I'll show them.
As close to
Okay.
90 sliding as
This
possible.
is what I wanted to show you guys though.
That's a not crooked tuck. Way to go.
Yeah, there you go. You can hit 55 through that section.
Yeah,
Then
look
you
like
go into this
35.
super flat, right? Yeah, sure. Nate.
What's that super sweet run that you guys were skating? You got a really nasty raw run down at Morgan. I think it's north of you.
Senders?
No.
Or, I mean, Survivor?
That's
What's
south.
Connor did that road?
Silk Road.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Silk Road.
The
Okay.
one that they put a line on recently,
Yeah,
which is just
that's Silk Road. They
which
just
is-
put a line on it, which is awesome.
essentially they put a line on it so that you can show everyone when you're really breaking lane.
Yeah. Also, it makes it. I don't know. For me, at least, it makes it feel that much safer being.
So this is
having a
the
center
fastest section of the road and the only part where it pinches. And that was one of the scariest moments I've ever had on a longboard.
Rewind that.
Line. That looked like he was just about to say hello to the grill of that
It
truck.
was the void. I had no room.
I think the void is when you cut the inner apex. That was you about to get final destination.
You were
that
just
was-
about to get.
I
run
drifted
over,
side
dude.
by side with the car behind the truck.
Okay, get ready to pause this guy. I
Go
want to
in,
know.
Pause.
Oh, dude.
You're just like
That is where it pinches,
You hooked
too.
up.
Yeah.
You hooked up, and you're just looking at that grill, just like, hello.
What does homie in the car do? Does he just like slam on those bad boys and like put it in the ditch?
Doesn't even look like it. He just, like,
Yeah, Spud. Spud was just like stop off the road, pretty much.
He was just like, be prepared to be yelled at. That's a
Yep.
lifted truck.
That is a big truck.
Those guys love
That's a flatbed.
Yeah, that guy
Yeah.
loves America.
flatbed
yeah.
truck and a Jeep right behind it.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that was spooky biscuits.
That does not.
That does not.
It's not what you want.
It's not super chill, but
No.
sometimes you just gotta nail the line.
Sometimes you just can't fall. That
Yep.
was one of those moments.
Yeah. We made it.
Scooting, dude. Just
Yeah.
absolutely scooting.
Yeah, Mendo's a cool zone. If anyone's ever on the north coast of Nevada.
Dude, seeing you go from me teaching you how to stand up slide, or actually, sorry, you crashing me out at the bottom of Everett Memorial.
Yeah.
The first time we ever skated together till now, it's fantastic.
Wait, he crashed you out?
He did a
First time.
two-hand toe side pendy into me in front of me within 10 feet. Like that's how far we were, and he just toe side pendied into me.
Oh, so you were behind him and you had no
Yeah.
notice?
Oh, I
Yep.
had no notice. It was like 35, 40 miles an hour.
I didn't know you were supposed to go over the railroad
I
tracks.
just jumped off my board and just jumped into the hillside because I was like, there's nothing else for me to hit. I just jumped into the hillside and hope I don't hurt myself.
Hope you don't break your collarbone.
Yeah, geez.
Because you broke your collarbone on Everett.
No, I broke my collarbone on Castle Lake. So it was like one of the other local roads there in Shasta.
You threw an event out there, right? For the
I threw an event on
Highway 3.
Yeah, I called it the Spliff and Wesson.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That was a part of the California Outlaw series. It was really fun.
That was a good time.
Yeah, dude. See, the California Outlaw Series, that was some grassroots.
We're in the process. Daniel Angle and I are the two main, right now, event organizers for the California Outlaw Series. We're in the process of trying to get some events going for this upcoming year. Hopefully, maybe just a free ride or an invitational free ride or something like that.
Because with the California Outlaw Series, how many events were there?
We used to have 8 total throughout the summer. So it would start in the beginning of the year and we would have basically at the end a tour champion of the 8 races
Max caps.
for the first 2 years. Nick Brahms took the 3rd year so far, and yeah, pretty much like have 8 races to determine the California Cali King. Yeah.
Which is arguably a respectable king.
It's a respectable king
Yeah.
because California alone has some of the best downhill skateboarders in the world.
Tim Dell.
Yeah. Tim Dell, Max
Oh,
Caps,
wow.
Daniel
Yeah.
Angle.
Kevin Reimer.
This guy.
Yeah.
Don't
I
forget
mean,
Kevin Reimer.
Unfortunately, he's broken and will probably not be racing in the near future, but
He'll still
yes,
beat
Kevin.
you on snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to be a racer to be a good downhill skater.
No.
I'm gonna say that. Like
Yeah.
the way that some people like Louis Poloni, not necessarily known for his wins, that dude's phenomenal.
He's very fast at a track on like a motorcycle, the racetrack. Yeah.
He's really quick when it comes to racing too. He has that like light guy grip that
Yeah.
like he also has a super perpendicular back foot and he can just like rip and grip some stuff that you're like, whoa, that's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
I mean, Tim Dell, extra speedy.
Yeah. They all
Fast.
just have that like old school kind of like wilding out kind of style that just keeps them on the board.
You're talking about Louis more
Yeah.
so than Tim.
Louis more so than Tim. But Tim, when it comes to drift courses, he's kind of like same thing, like kind of wilding out,
Tim's the
Holding it.
fastest man on longboard.
holding it in.
Really?
Yeah.
91.3 miles an hour.
No. The dude, homie from Britain, beat him, right?
Unmodified though.
What do you mean by unmodified?
Tim
Like had
did
no
not have any arrow
fairings, had no
on his board. No weights.
Yeah, had no weights on him. He hit 91 by himself.
Yeah.
91 miles an hour.
But isn't it the
Anders, are you talking about Anders Indy or are you talking about Pete Connolly?
Pete Connolly?
Pete Connolly was he did
He was like a smidge faster, but
was
he
like-
had some weights on.
he had some weights and
arrow.
some fairings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, Tim's been fast since the jump. Like Tim wins.
He's fast.
Tim wins events that like Max Caps trains for.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tim
Tim just
Dell-
shows up and he's like,
Tim
"Yo,
Dell
Max, I
shows
need
up
to I need to
dump-
borrow some wheels."
Tim shows up to Dump Road and Barrett Junction and
He's hit on both of my sisters.
just just gasses.
Successfully?
Yeah.
No, actually, they both turned him down.
Whoa.
Surprisingly. Yeah. My little sister was into it, but I was like, nah, come on.
You CB'd Tim Dell? Wow. Ouch.
Sorry, Tim. If you're listening.
That's rude.
Yeah.
Tim Dell's a national treasure. How dare you?
I know.
That's rude.
I told him, I was like,
Dobby-
listen, guys.
should have substituted
He's the
in.
fastest
Dobby has
man
no
on the
masters,
longboard.
though.
Dobby, definitely, yeah.
Dobby has no master.
What is it? I forget. I think I was talking with Max Caps. He's like, yeah, like, you know, like me and Tim like drive up to the races and like Tim's got no money and then like Tim wins it and then like Tim pays me back for all this stuff and like Tim's just showing up. He's got no money until the race is over and
Yeah.
then he's just got money again. I'm just like, what? Like he's like, yeah, I didn't really train, didn't really do anything, just showed up and won.
Yeah, he'll show up to the race after not skating for 5 months and still beat everyone
Why?
because he's that good.
Fast.
Speed.
Speed. He's a
Speed racer.
real speedy boy right there.
Really?
Yeah.
What? I mean, is there anything you could be like, yo, if you want to be fast and you want to be like Tim Dell, what makes you fast?
His tuck and his body shape. Like, he's
Yeah.
like lean in the right way. He's got a lot of weight, but like skinny enough to where his like tuck just fits perfectly.
Who else is like, who's on the World Cup that's just speedy fast? Because Tim's never made the World Cup, but like I would say on most courses, if he was there, he's definitely in the top.
The most comparable, I would say, would be like a Micho Airban. Someone who's just like fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, both of their riding styles don't pertain to new age riding. So
Yeah.
they would never. Unfortunately, I don't see them ever making podium unless it comes to a drag race.
Oh, so like Tim's advantage is like raw
He's
speed,
like raw
like
speed,
straight line.
raw speed. Like I don't know anyone that can beat him. If they were to even draft him and then go for the pass, they're still gonna get beat by Tim.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where his. So who's like on the race circuit now, and like what makes a good racer now?
Being able to be agile, fast off the line, and like consistent. That's the biggest thing is consistency. Yeah,
Like so, I mean, number one, would you rather be first off the line or consistent?
consistent.
Really?
Yeah. If I can be consistent, I can keep up. I can maintain the same speed or roughly the same speed through corners. If I'm fast off the line, I could get beaten the rest of the road.
I feel like in a couple years, Nick Brahms is just going to like beat everyone.
I feel like Nick Brahms, the next time racing happens, you'll be surprised.
Yeah. He's going to be unstoppable.
I was more saying the opposite. Like
Really?
I mean like I love Nick Brahms. Definitely one of the fastest downhill skateboarders in the world. I do not know if he's gonna win
Wow.
Why?
world championship, at least within the first couple of years of him continuing.
Who's got it? Who do you think? Like, who out there do you know of right now that you're like, yo, these people are not like always in the running for winning?
I mean, so you have like it's pretty much the same crew. You have like Harry Clark, Davis Lanham, Josh Evans. This is a group of Australians currently. Like that's like that is who I would say would probably be the next world champion. Is more Australians.
Why?
They are constantly skating year round, 24/7, pretty much 365 days a year. Like they have the weather out there to be able to skate all year long. They definitely have the community around them to push them to be that fast and be a racer and stuff like that. And they've got those like super steep, really fast hills that really fine tune your drifting and your tucking.
The fundamentals of tucking
Yeah.
into and out of corners
Exactly.
and like banging
Yeah.
good lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a stern advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So like no Brazilians.
I mean, I haven't seen many of the Brazilians race in 3 years now, 4 years now.
Really?
Yeah, at least in person.
Didn't they boycott?
They boycotted the IDF one year in 2019 because, because they didn't. It was the year before with all of the controversy going on with the IDF.
With
was it-
Allison Pastrana.
Yeah.
Yeah,
R.I.P. to a real one.
R.I.P.
So that happened, and they were all just like, we're not doing this anymore.
they basically blamed the IDF.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean it's not fair, but that's the way it
It'd be
goes.
great
I mean, like, that's just.
It'd be great to have the Brazilians on there, but
For sure, because then it would actually show us who's really the world champion.
Because they're like hanging out in Brazil right now.
They're like hanging out in Brazil, racing each other, and we're out here trying to race everyone. And we all, I mean, it's
how bad would it be though if they took 4 years off and then came back and swept 1, 2, 3 with Brazilians, and then like went back to Brazil? You'd be like,
really bad, but it's not going to happen. There's
don't
no
think
way.
so?
No, I personally won't let that happen. Neither will a lot of the other racers.
you won't let them win.
Oh,
No.
Morgan's
So when they
not gonna let it
push out in
happen.
front of you and
I'll pass them. I'll find some way to pass them.
Kebo, dragon skins.
I mean, unless they're coming out here in the next. I mean, who knows when races are going to happen? But
You feel like you're fast. Mm-hmm. What races have you won?
haven't. Nice.
Oh man, this
have
entire podcast has been one big setup.
That's gnarly. Have not won a race. Come damn near, made quite a few finals, and this last year in 2019 actually finished 4th in the world. So
What?
yeah.
Okay, that's decent.
So I mean, you're not winning a race. Yes, I have not won a race, but at the same time, I've been putting up some good numbers to it.
Collectively across the world, you
Yeah.
lost to 3 people.
You
Yeah.
won your race once, right?
Yeah,
The
I mean,
California Outlaw?
I beat Tim Dell. I've beaten Max Caps. I've beaten Daniel Engel, and I've beaten Nick Brahms. I've beat quite a few people in California, but like,
Yeah.
When it comes to like
down-
winning an IDF race, I mean those are tough because there's
Yeah.
so few of them and
there's-
everybody shows
There's
up.
so few of them, and there's racers from all over the world.
Yeah, and that's got to be really tough as well because you're like showing up on a plane to go race somewhere you've never
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
to, and you're just like, okay, like I got like 6 runs to figure this out,
Yeah.
and then
Whoever brought their game that day.
Yeah,
Was just
like in 2019, I believe I won more consolation finals than anyone else. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I won more consolation finals than anyone else. Which I would rather win a consi finals than lose a finals, because anyone can lose a finals, but not everyone could win a consi finals.
there you go.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So how many have you won though?
yeah.
I've won.
Didn't you win a race in
4
South
different-
America?
No, I got second and I got third at 2 races in South
What,
America.
was that the one that you were in front of and then just got like squeaked at the last moment?
So La Virgen, which was the first race in Colombia, was my closest race to ever winning, and I was probably 2 inches away from winning.
Who beat you?
Dana Banks.
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah, he big maned me. Like,
yeah. I was
for
about to
sure.
say
He
you
big
got
maned me for
you got
sure.
trucked at the end
Yeah.
there. I haven't seen him skate too much. I mean, I've seen you skate a lot, but I just assume like
He's a baller, dude.
he like roll speeded your ass.
His board is smaller than mine.
Oh, he
Small board energy.
yeah. In disc golfing, it's big putting someone, and
Yeah.
in downhill skating, he small boarded you.
Yeah, he small boarded me, dude.
He just showed up on a
He
tinier
just-
board. And
He
couldn't-
got it, and he just pumped the last corner perfectly and got it.
good for him.
It was cool though. It was a great race. Like the racing experience that I learned in 2019 was really cool. It was really fun.
And then what was the other
RIP
race?
2020.
Yeah,
What do you mean? Oh, La Virgen was the first one, and then La Leoneta, which was the second one, which was me. It was the finals with me, Chase Hiller, and Harry Clark.
did you get smoked by both those guys?
No, I stayed right on them the entire time. I went for the pass in the last little straightaway, but unfortunately didn't have enough exit speed on the last corner to pass Chase, or else I would have taken second, but I took third. But it was still great.
I mean, to lose to those two guys though, it's
Yeah.
kind of like if
It's
you're
pretty
like if you
stacked.
can see them at the final corner, like you're doing good, and if you can touch them at the final, like you're doing good.
I beat them at Newton's, so that was cool.
Both of them.
Yep.
What?
Yep. Same race heat. Chowed both of them.
Did you eliminate both of them?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
that's something you get tattooed on your neck. You're just
Give him
like
the chop scissors.
the race heat, like quarterfinals,
Quarterfinals, yeah.
2019 Newtons. That
no,
tattoo.
this was semifinals Newton's 2019. Like this was the race.
Those dudes
heat.
are hitters too.
Yeah, this
like,
was the
Harry,
race heat to beat.
dude. Harry can bang on his board. That dude is not scared. It looks like he's got it. Like, and what is he racing on?
He's got like a Madrid board with the slalom.
Oh, he
roads
the
and
snitch.
Venoms.
That's
Yeah,
right.
He's got that snitch.
That thing's savage.
Yeah.
And then Chase is on his own board.
Yep. He's got the 20, I don't even remember, 2020 Rojas, like the gold ones now. And he's just on Seismics.
Dude, seismics are speedy.
They're buttery too.
I would say that's like one of the most advanced race wheels there is, just as far as like all the tech they're putting into it. And I feel like he does a great job. The other person on Seismic that has not been out and about is Hammy. Dude, I would love to see
Aaron
him.
can get it.
I would love to see him get into it because I always tell, like, I get to talk to him pretty frequently while I was like, yo, like, I want to know what you can do, because there have been some like moments, the time when he was like at Devil's Peak Downhill where he was like clearly out in front and then just RKO'd himself. Yeah. Like, I want him to win that race so bad. And I just tell it like, yo, my wheels are so fast I couldn't even stay on the road. I was so far in front of you guys.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
If I remember correctly, he just hadn't been skating or racing at all before that.
No, he
kind of came off the bench and kind of made it, he made it to finals and was leading finals.
on a board that's like 12 years old.
Yeah, on the same board that he's been riding for like 12 years.
Yeah.
Like he just keeps refiberglassing it or recarbon fibering it.
Yeah, his back truck bolts are like to the end of that board. Like, that thing, I was like, dude, you got like very few moments with this board left. So I'm happy I think that Seismic may be making him a thing.
I think so.
So Morgan, you don't have a wheel sponsor. What's your favorite race wheel right now?
Venoms.
Yeah.
Or
Mags.
Quays. Yeah, Venom, Magnums, or Quays.
Yeah.
They're just, the grippy big boys. That's all you want.
Yeah. White Quays?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, white Quays.
Magnum durometer, do you care?
74A.
You like the
74A.
74s?
Yeah, 74s are good because they do die a little bit faster because they're a little bit softer, but they offer that much more edge grip and that much more rebound when it comes to
Especially when the skin's on.
bouncing out of corners. Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever ridden Alphas?
I have. Yeah, they're really good. They're really nice, super consistent. They're, from my own liking, they're a little too slidey,
A little too drifty.
a little too drifty.
Interesting.
But I mean, that also comes with the territory of having not ridden them for that long. So who knows?
Because I feel like their get up and go speed is fast. Like,
Through time, they could become a better wheel. Just
did
depending
you ride
on,
those purple ones, or did you
I
ride?
have not. I've only ever ridden the mangoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that both Chase and Aaron they're like pro model Alphas, or the
The
plum,
purple ones.
Yeah, those
the
purple
plums,
ones.
Yeah.
And those look. All I know is that like that wheel when I rode it, I was like, this thing is fast.
Yeah.
Like, it's scary, but I also suck at racing. So when I'm on, I'm like, okay, quicker than I need to go. This is spooky.
For sure. Yeah, they're the roll speed on them is great. Yeah, it's super cool. They pick up really quickly out of corners, and they have that like
Slightly skinnier, slightly more robust core, slightly higher rebound urethane, but less traction because of the narrower contact patch.
exactly. Yeah, so they have that nice and easy, crisp slide, and then they have that like nice, fast pickup when it gets back to trying to get more speed again.
Is that grip just more important to you?
Yeah, overall grip is just substantially more important. Speed,
I feel like for a time trial, the Alphas could be the best,
Yeah.
but like when you're racing and you have to like deal with other people, probably like Magnums or Quays.
Yeah, just because you can have that like strategy.
you have more resistance to be able to push against them when it comes to like, oh, I can't be here in this corner. I need to be a little bit farther over here.
Or
And
someone's
kinda-
where I need to be, so I need to adjust.
You can kind of push against them to get to where you need to be. Yeah.
Excellent. And then you ever raced on Dragon Skins besides Newton's?
I raced at raced on Dragon Skins at Kozakov a few times, and they're just super slidey. Yeah, as you were saying before, it was like they were just super slidey.
So they're great if you don't have to slide.
Yeah,
You could
they're really nice. They're 7 for being 72 millimeters tall, and 80. I think they were 85A or 83A, the ones that I was riding at the moment in time.
Yeah, as a race wheel.
83A.
83A and 72 millimeters tall. I was still faster than every wheel that was 78, 80, 85 millimeters tall.
It's that roll speed.
It's that roll
It's
speed.
that get up and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that quick, like that immediate acceleration to like 0 to full speed.
When I was riding them, it felt like they were like floating on the pavement. Like they weren't squishing into the pavement. They were like they were like floating and going so effortlessly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The slide on them is like unlike anything. You know, it's like, it's really like more similar to like skating a street wheel than anything. Like the way they like kind of slide over the pavement, but they still have hookup. Super interesting. But like once you like really can ride a couple of sets, they're pretty good.
That is such a controversial statement right now. Like people who listen to this podcast have not skated one set of dragon skins, and Chet's over here like, you just gotta skate a couple sets, really get used to them, and then they really start to be the best. Never some dude at
Everyone's
home.
like,
Some dude at home just like threw his iPad out the window.
I've only just been imagining them. I've never even actually had a set in my hands.
Me and Kevin have probably skated the most sets. I've skated like 20 iterations of dragon skins.
Yeah.
You've skated like $100,000 worth of dragon skins. Is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, so did you get, when you were living down in SB, were you just like on that, yo, homie, we got some new stuff, I need you to test it out, like
Yeah, pretty much.
swing on by?
Especially when dragon skins were coming out, like, you know, we do a run of like, say 10 different formulations, you know, and like every time we're like getting that much closer. And so like every time we'd get, you know, 10 sets of wheels, test each set, find out which one's closer, and then go off of that one.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You know, without giving too much away, you know, we just kind of like, you know, spent the time, skated SMR a lot, you know, Southern Nevada.
I was about to say, I had a conversation with him one time. I was like, yo, you really need to stone grind the pasters when they were making those. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, like we don't need to stone grind the pasters. Like they're easy enough to break in. And I was like, buddy, you live at the top of one of the best roads ever. And your first slide on that road is like 40 plus miles an hour, hard heel side in like 90-degree weather. I was like, I am in Seattle right now. It is overcast. It is 60 degrees. My pavement is cold. And I just spent an hour and a half doing super fast pendies, trying to break these bad boys in for a video. And like, it is not happening. Like, please stone grind them. And he's just like, sorry, too late, BB. Like, gotta go skate more. I was like, like it's tough when
Sometimes
it's tough when
living
you
in
live in
Santa
an-
Barbara, like you don't get the full spectrum of like weather. Like it never really gets below 60 there. You know, you're never gonna skate in anything below 60. And like it's,
and if it is below 60, you're just not gonna skate. You're like, it'll be 80 tomorrow.
that's one of 10 days a year. You know?
You can
And
just
so
wait,
you're just like
you can
whatever.
just wait a few minutes
yeah.
or wait a couple hours and it'll be fine.
Here, you gotta wait a couple months.
There's
Yeah.
Cali problems, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Cali problems, what time are we at?
Like 3.5 hours.
Nice.
Do we need more?
Well,
No.
there's I was gonna say a bit of that's gonna end up being in there.
Maybe. Well, I am.
Should I mention boomers a little more?
Wow. Wow, I didn't realize we went that deep. Should I have my phone on me? Well, damn. Thank you guys.
Deep.
Thank you, NCMB.
Yeah.
Thank you,
No
Chet.
worries.
Thank you, Morgan, for being on the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nate, for having us.
Thanks for letting us go.
And thank you,
real
Kyle,
deep.
for
Thanks for Kyle for sticking with us.
for being the vegetable producer
Fucking
today.
3.5 hours listening to our bullshit.
Yeah, thank you. And please skate safe, wear your helmets,
Yep. Yeah. Skate within your comfort range.
and don't end up in the ER during COVID.
Yep. And do stand-up slides. Ride switch, unlike Morgan.
Go fast, take chances. Don't listen to these
Ride
guys.
switch.
Safety third, right behind style and speed, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. I love you guys. Bye.